Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck Sim live stream. Today it's the 16th of January 2023, 3 minutes past 5 in the evening here in the UK. We're back in Microsoft Flight Simulator in the PMDG 737, flying from Madrid to Stansted. But oh no, this is not going to be any normal sector today. We're going to spice things up a little bit. I was playing around with the PMDG 737 a few days ago, and I knew it had a failure system. I just went, right, it'd be quite fun to do a stream with some failures. What's the maximum amount of failures I can allow for? Well, it's 59 failures in 10 hours. That's an average of one every 10 minutes. And I thought, well, let's just have a bit of fun and see what happens. Now, I've done 2 test sectors. I put it in chat earlier on. One of them ended up in the Atlantic Ocean as I lost all pitch authority. I think it was a weird bug with the loss of hydraulics. I couldn't even control pitch with thrust. Second one I did with the members watching in Discord about an hour and a half ago, we actually got to Stansted with about 8 or 9 failures. One of them was an undiagnosed cargo fire. We didn't have any indication of that whatsoever, and the others were all relatively minor issues. 40, so fingers crossed, 20, anything could happen. I'll try and do everything as realistically as possible. It might not be possible if we have so many failures. Thanks, Dodgy Dave.
That's the major overhaul all taken care for you, Skipper. I've personally checked every system on that bird and they're all in perfect working order. By the way, if you see gaffer tape on the invoice, it's just a clerical error.
Thank you very much, Dodgy Dave. 737, prepare for your £10. He's just checked our aircraft. Apparently it's completely fine. Bit of gaffer tape around, a bit of speed tape, nothing to worry about. There's apparently no issues in the background there. Abby, thanks for your continued support as a member over 2 years. Thank you very much. Elliot Smith, 14 months as a member. My first stream back in a very long time. Good to be back. Cheers, Elliot Smith. Thank you very much for popping in and spending over a year as a member as well. Yeah, so we'll have a look at some of the failures available in the PMDG 737. As I've said, we've set it to all possible failures. It could be something very simple to deal with, such as like a radial altimeter failure, all the way to severe damage on an engine, or rapid depressurization, loss of a hydraulic system. Anything could possibly happen. There's hundreds of randomly chose failures to be selected there. Who we got here in chat then? Andy M71, are we using one of Lama International's Airlines aircraft today? I was going to play that video at the start of the stream. I completely forgot to do it. But I guess we are. The flight guy says, are you on VATSIM today? Yes, I am. I have made a note to explain to any controllers if there is ATC we're dealing with failures. If they are too busy to deal with it, we might have to log off the network, but we'll try and do everything as realistically as possible. Prash News here is Kaylan, Shuey, Domino Mosine is here, Tom Hates Cats, Airbus 737 is here too, Daniel B, Lord Melbury, Steve M, Boz, Lauren at V2500 to name a few. Let's now zoom on in towards the aircraft. This is the default Microsoft Flight Simulator Madrid scenery. It's not too bad. Oh, the jetway has just disappeared. But there's no markings, for example, on the taxiway or stands. We have an aircraft spawning on stand next to us as well. But yes, the aircraft is actually set up ready to go, guys, in a transit setup state. I think we could just get straight into it today. So I'll take the time to look at the failures, for example, and also the routing too. But yeah, we are the usual Alpaca Airways Boeing theme delivery today. But yeah, it's a shame we don't have a Lama International Airways aircraft. Perhaps for the next one we can use it. Anyway, let's zoom on in towards the cockpit. Looks like everyone's boarded and the air bridge is already disconnected. There we are. Oops. We are now in the aircraft. Now, Toby Iron Tracker should be all up and running. Let me just make sure it is. There we are. So that should be working fine. Perfect. Let me just turn up the sim, which is turned down, and FS Realistic. Domino Mosina, thanks for 33 months. No better stream to use the quote. I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you. Looking forward to the failures. Thank you very much, Domino Mosina. Robbie Halliday's just joined as a member. Thank you very much for the support. Hope you're doing well. You get invited to our members only Discord, and I hope you enjoy using the custom emojis chat as well. Thank you very much. Richard interrupted catching up on the members only group flight for this, got up to the descent to Panama. Let's see if we get emergency descent today, which it almost looked like you were doing yesterday. Yeah, we were very high actually on the group flight. So I'll turn on yoke cam briefly. Now, as I said, we're going to treat everything as realistically as possible. Here is my operator's QRH here ready to go and to follow if I have problems. We're going to do, as I said, everything as realistically as possible, but as I said, the chances of getting a serious issue is incredibly rare. The chance of getting multiple serious issues is even rarer. So a disclaimer, if you're on your type rating or you're a real line pilot, you know, this is an entertainment only bit of fun. It's actually a really nice way to practice some non-normal situations in the QRH, so I'll be actually utilising this in the future for even my own preparation. Notski's in chat. It's his birthday today. I'm sure everyone will say happy birthday to you. Hope you're doing very well. Nice to be coming on your birthday. Elvor, imagine the stream to be a failure too by crashing the sim. It would be funny, I guess. No, I don't want that to happen. But yeah, I've had 2 practice ones. One of them I did end up crashing. One I didn't actually make it to Stansted. Philippe, thank you very much for your donation. I have no idea why. You donated loads last stream. It never pings up automatically. I have to do it manually.
50,
but thank you very much
40,
for your
30,
donation. You got
20,
married last week as
10.
well. $5 coming in from Brazil there. What if you lose both edges?
Beer's cold on the fridge. Gonna drink one every time a major failure occurs.
You'll be falling over at the end of the stream, Philippe. Oh my goodness me. Patrick, that's Bounce, thank you very much. In case you don't want to fly the 737 after this day, did you hear that the Tolis is releasing A320neo for Explain? I did hear about that. I do actually speak to Tolis, and they send me their aircraft on early access, so I might have a look at that. It'd be quite cool indeed to have a look at that. Right, so see you in the emergency room. Unbelievable. So just to briefly show you what we're up against today, we're not going to turn this on, the failures, until I've pushed toga or just before takeoff, because there's no point having them on, because if I get a failure prior to takeoff, you know, you're going to return to stand, or it might prevent me from taking off. So to deal with the failures, you go to menu, PMDG setup, or no, FS actions I think it is, or is it PMDG setup? Everything's all over the place. Aircraft failures. And there's multiple failures to choose from. Now we're going to use all systems, random. We're going to turn this on. We're going to put 59 events per 10 hours. It's the maximum you can put. And that will allow, on average, a failure every 10 minutes. Now, one of my test sectors, I had 4 failures within 20 minutes. On one of them, I didn't have any failures for the first half an hour, and then loads of failures happened. So
40,
we should,
30,
on average, on a 2-hour
20,
flight, get 20
10.
failures based on this. So we'll definitely get at least one, and there'll be no limit either. Chris, thanks for the $10, buddy.
When the failures occurred, would you please include any appropriate cabin announcements?
Okay.
Curious how you would comfort your passengers when an engine is about to fall off.
The emphasis on the fall off. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Chris, for the $10. Yes, as I said, I'll do everything as realistically as possible. Now, most failures which would be unnoticeable in the cabin, we're not going to tell passengers, of course, because that's just going to make them worry. But anything that would definitely be of concern to passengers, like they'd notice, for example, a fire, we'd make the appropriate calls and safety procedures. But do bear in mind, I'm single pilot. This is a twin crewed aircraft. I'm on my own, trying to deal with flying the aeroplane, dealing with normal checklists. Are going to be so busy, and interacting with you lot as well. Shuey, thank you very much for the 32 months. What happens if the QRH fails? Jim's going to be busy. Well, hopefully QRH won't fail. I've got a nice paper one, both in the real cockpit and here in front of me. What did I see? Someone's comment there. That was quite yeah, restarting music. Who's going to join in on the drinking game? Yeah, every time we have a failure, you got to down your drink. Unbelievable. My goodness me. Right, so yeah, let's look at some of the failures which could possibly happen today. They're completely random. It could be something minor, it could be something catastrophic. So, for example, APU, we've got simple APU failure, so APU air, APU service required, okay, no problem. Automatic flight, there could be an autothrottle failure, autoflight system failure, or a failure of the FCC. Doors could possibly open. Now, if there's no depressurization issue associated with that, you can continue normal operation. Electrical, we've got several electrical issues, such as generator failures, static inverter failures, transformer rectifier failures. I hate electric, so hopefully none of those will come up. Statistically they will, because there's loads. Engine, what could we have here? EEC failures, severe damage, flameouts, EGT exceedances, oil leaks, oil temperatures, vibrations. We could have a V1 or VR cuts prior to V1, hopefully not. Fires, multiple different types of fires, overheats, APUs, cargo fires. Now the cargo fire isn't interacting correctly with the PMDG 737 because I had it and it didn't set off the fire detector. Flight instrumentation, fuel leaks, hydraulic issues, we might have to use the alternate flap system. Miscellaneous, we've got here transponder terrain failures, weather radar failures, clocks not working. Well, if we forget the clock, hopefully it will fail. Pressurization, wheels and brakes. Loads of different things that could potentially happen. It's just going to be absolutely balmy. I really don't know why I'm doing this, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, as I said, I've got it in a transit state. We're all ready to go for pushback. I'll just show you some of the information about our routing, as I usually would, and then we'll get the pushback in straight away. So let me just grab the operational flight plan. So we're flying from Madrid to Stansted. Flight time is 2 hours and 10 minutes. The weather in Madrid here is very windy. In fact, the latest METAR, I couldn't actually take off. The crosswind's over limit, so it's actually now dropped down to 32 knots, but it's extremely windy. We're going to max crosswind takeoff to help us out there. The weather in Stansted right now is okay, but there is potentially some showers and snow, and I think a number of the airports in the Midlands area got disrupted today from snow, and we'll be taking about 30 minutes of extra fuel today. So 7.5, 8.5, 8.7, we'll take 8.8 tons, and voila, I've got an extra 30 minutes of fuel already in the tanks. So that's it. Performance wise, I did have time to load in the performance in the my Boeing OPT app prior to the stream. So here's the weather. Departing from 14 right from Lima Foxtrot intersection, dry. Worst case is a 10 knot tailwind with the variable wind direction. It's 11 degrees, 1010, optimum flat 5, air conditioning auto, anti-ice is off. Now our takeoff weight is 60.9, which you can see in the FMC, and that's saying we could take full 22k with 92.3, and it's showing 93.2. As soon as you get the APU bleed on, that will decrease to about 92.4, which will be within 0.1 of this, and the V speeds are 32, 35, 41 on the OPT, which you can see down here. They all match and have been selected. I'll just make sure V2 is set here, which it is 142 knots. Now, Navigraph wise, just get the APU up and running here. That is now starting. Let me bring up Navigraph for myself. Here's our routing geographically. Now, I am sort of helping myself for this sector. As you well know, I'm based in the UK. I've flown this particular airway, or along these airways, for the last 12 years. So, if we have any problems, major problems prior to top of climb, we'll probably return to Madrid. En route, we've got great options available. Bilbao on the coast is fine. Bordeaux's here. We've got Nantes here as well, and then sort of South London with Gatwick, and then onwards to our destination of Stansted. Yes, guys, I am on VATSIM today. I will do the emergency procedures on VATSIM 2 if and as required. If the controllers don't want me doing that, which they could easily say to do so, we'll just log off, and that's fine. Now, we're on Terminal 4 here. It's stand 4... oh, no, actually, I haven't got an airport stand chart. Stand by. Got to try and find one that's got the parking stands here. It's a huge airport. That's the one I need, so I'll pin that here. So we're on stand 332. We're going to push back to face north, taxi uniform to Alpha Zulu, and then we're going to go Alpha Zulu Alpha to Lima Bravo for runway 14 right, and then the SID. It's called the Sierra, or no, Samo Sierra departure. Samo Sierra for Bravo. So let me just hide this here. Well, it's an RNAV SID. We're going to climb straight ahead to 2,400 feet apparently, and then go to Mike Delta 800, so that is only 400 feet above the ground. Once we're at Mike Delta 800, max 210 knots, which is coded, we're going to go to Mike Delta 801, 4,700 feet or above, 6,800 feet or above, and then Mike Delta 812, 10,000 above. Now you can see we have a bypass here. We do have 220 knots, but I'm just going to put that speed restriction here as well, just to ensure that we've got some decent track keeping. And then it's to 813, and then Colmenar Vieiro 17.3, which we can tune, and then Samo Sierra is 15.4, so we can get up 17.3 on the nav aids as backup. And we already have the I think it's the Madrid VRs active, so we might as well leave that
50,
there.
40, 30.
Cool. J-Dog 0302, thank you very much for £20. Very generous of you. Uh-oh.
I just wanted to tell you good luck. We're all counting on you.
Thank you, yeah. I really don't know what could happen. We could get very lucky and have minor issues. We're going to have on average 20 failures between now and in Stansted. And we've got some... Yeah, we're going to have a serious issue today. If we have to divert, I'll do everything I can to ensure the safety of this aircraft as it would be in real life, but we'll have to see what happens. Lauren, if PMDG puts speeds as it rather than angle of attack or angle of bank, it will try and speed you up too quickly. Departure will be a bit funky. Well, just it usually complies with speed restrictions quite nicely. I don't know if it gets confused between the two. We'll have to see what happens. Hello, IDT Elvis Presley fan channel. Good evening, Captain. I've been a while since I watched your stream. I'm pleased to say I'll be starting my ground training in a couple of months. Good luck for the failures. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for popping in. Steve M, we need the little hula dancer bobblehead toy on the glare shield for this flight. Unbelievable. Strange airway to fly from Tokyo to Osaka. No comment. Unbelievable. Right. I think we've got everything else there. Let's get the APU on the bus. It's getting a bit dark here. Live weather, we are 3 hours behind live time, guys, just so we can have a bit of sunlight, and it should be sunset if we do get all the way towards London. We'll put on the takeoff page here. We'll preset this here, and also throughout the stream I will not be referencing the failures page. We'll see how many failures are on, but I'm not going to cheat and see what is actually active, because in real life certain failures you wouldn't know about because it's not linked to the master caution system. For example, if the tyre fails or I have a tyre issue, I have no clue about that, so I will not be referencing this page throughout the stream. After landing, ditching, crashing, we'll check this screen and see actually what went wrong, what's actually broken on this aircraft. So we'll leave that on for now, just so I can activate it prior to pushing Toga. And we'll get the APU bleed on. Let's get the ground power disconnected. So, FS actions, ground services, release the ground power, remove the chocks, make sure the parking brake is set, which it is. And we just need to call for the pushback, which is on the plugins. Here we are. And pushback, pre-planned pushback. We got a master caution. I should think we'll be seeing that a few times today. So we're going to push back something like this. Perfect. Request pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Excellent. I don't think there's any ATC. There's no events going on here. I would never recommend doing failures on a VATSIM event either, because you're just going to end up annoying people. Oh, we do have centre online here. We might be able to get some ATC here, guys. Let me just check the frequency. I think Madrid centre's online. So VAT scope, just opening the app up. We do have Madrid centre online. Let me just get his frequency.
Sir, the bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed, and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Excellent. The centre frequency is 132975.
We are cleared for start and push.
Bilbao en el 1-3, no presentamos retroceso, Vueling 1452.
You're now going to get the release parking brake thing going off continuously.
Por Alfa 1 y Tango, punto espera Charlie 2 de la 30, altímetro en Bilbao 1002.
Great, this is going to be annoying.
1002 y Alfa.
Lauren, I mean Angular Tango in the bank as it... as at or above below regarding the speeds in the FMC. Cross-reference them to the chart, not the PMDG. Always put speeds as in the coding. You may want to change it. Let's have a look here. Yeah, 210 knots, isn't it? Let's have a look at the chart. So it's got max 210 for that first turn, and MD801, max 220, MD810. No, I think they're all coded correctly, Lauren, because you got max 210, MD801, max 220, 220, MD810. It did code as 220, and then I put this one in manually, so it doesn't make any difference whatsoever, Lauren. I can delete it, but we're going to do 220 anyway. But I have seen it put random speeds in before to try and cater for that. Yeah, well, yeah, release parking brake, yeah. I try. Let me get the clearance first. Oh dear. That's really annoying. If I go outside, will it help?
Affirm, continue as clear.
There you go, shut him up.
Press
Cheers, Kato.
reporting.
Oh no, I can still hear the release parking brake.
10.
Makes no difference. Kato, thanks for the $7.27. Unbelievable.
Welcome to Llama Airlines.
Llama International, here we come. They've leased this Alpaca Airways flight. Jim's actually the captain today.
Madrid, buenas tardes. Iberia 52 Juliet Alfa para prueba de radio. Iberia 52 Juliet Alfa, muy buenas tardes. Le copio 5.
Right, I'll get my clearance in and we'll request push to start straight away. We're all ready to go. A thing in Spanish. I don't know if they're... Oh, he's finally given up. Just make sure my advancer's working. Madrid, muy buenas, it's Alpaca 1-3 in Madrid. Stand 332. Copy latest information. Departure clearance to London Stansted, please.
Alpaca 1-3, good evening. You are clear to Stansted as filed. Via Samo Sierra 2 Sierra is departure. Sierra India Echo 2 Sierra.
Different Sid.
Alpha runway 14 right. Initial altitude 13,000 feet. Squawk 4415.
Cleared to London Stansted on the Samo Sierra 2 Sierra, off runway 14 right, climb 13,000, squawk 4415, Alpaca 1-3.
Alpaca 1-3, read back correct.
Perfect, so I'll just get that set up with the other SID. And no one noticed my call sign yet today. 4415 is active.
50, 40,
Be cleared
30,
to 13,000, and we just
10.
need to reselect the SID there. Chris Tuttle, thank you very much for the $5. Let's see what he has to say.
Extra points for how many failures are active during landing, approach and landing.
If we get to that stage in Stansted, hopefully we'll be doing that somewhere. Right, sorry, I put the wrong SID in now. 1-4 right, Samo Sierra 2 Sierra. Thanks a lot, Chris, very generous of you. Yeah, extra points for sure. That's executed. Now let's just have a little look at that other SID, which are... how do I do this in Navigraph? I think I need to go here to this, options,
Welcome.
change, and now it's there it is, add to route, and there we are. So it's a slightly different SID. It's actually, I think, slightly favours us as well. Just make sure I've definitely got the Samo Sierra 2 Sierra, which I do. So this time it's MD030. Let me just go to 100% here. Oh, it's overlaid, unfortunately. So max 220 knots, 6,200. That is coded correctly. Max 240 knots, 7,600 feet or above. That is coded correctly. And then MD811, 10,000 feet or above. MD813, 13,000 feet or above. I think it's done a PMDG on me. Oh no, it has. Oh no, I updated that prior to the stream. That's why. It usually defaults to 18,000. Colmenar Viero,
40, 30,
and then
20,
Samo Sierra. So it's
10.
all coded correctly. Happy days with that. Jonathan Wiltshire, thank you very much for the $5, buddy.
Here at Lama International we recognise our dry leases don't always go well. This is your rebate for the anticipated failures today. Final offer.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Jonathan Wiltshire, for the £5 prepay. Yes, we are. This is a Lama International leased flight. We're operating as Alpaca Airways, but it is a Lama International Flight 13. We're just calling it Alpaca 13. Brilliant. And who else was that? I think that was Will Henwood, 31 months. Mum, can we have Zebo 737? No, son. We have Zebo 737 at home. Unbelievable. Right, let's now request push and start. We're exactly where we are. We've rebriefed the SID, and failures is up there. Okay, let me just get to push and start.
Thank you.
And Madrid, Alpaca 13, stand 332, request push and start.
Alpaca 13, start and pushback approved, facing to the south.
Push start approved, facing south, Alpaca 13. I now need to adjust the pushback, I believe, because I told it to face north. So let's change this. Now, how do I do that? Do I have to cancel? And then stop.
Ground, please cancel pushback operation.
V-speeds, thank you very much, well
Roger,
spotted.
pushback cancelled.
And that's whenever you change your SID, 143 knots. Well spotted, guys.
Minimums.
Well, of course, only testing it.
Approaching minimums.
Right, pre-plan now. Another one. Come back, Tug, don't go too far away.
Cockpit to ground.
There we go. Tim, thanks 44 months as a member. That's absolutely crazy. Good luck. Any chance of a live stream with DCS? I had a little rumour that you had been dabbling. I had been, Tim, dabbling about 2 months ago in anticipation of doing it in the winter, but winter's actually been quite busy, and I am on annual leave at the moment, but I've been wanting to smash out normal streams first. Potentially. I've got so many other things I want to do on the channel, but learning a whole new sim and a bit of combat sim, I don't know, it could be a bit of fun maybe to fire up DCS. I'm sure most of you here in chat would like to see it. But thank you very much for your continued support, 44 months, and I hope you've been keeping well, my friend. Cheers, buddy. If I was a tug driver, I'd be fuming. Yeah, just come straight back.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed.
Same toad
All
doesn't
doors
seem
and
annoyed at
hatches
all.
Closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Right.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Hopefully you won't mind being a slight delay, but we're all ready to go. Packs off and ignition lights on. Parking brake
We are
is set.
cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start.
There we are.
Please release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Excellent.
You
Finally
will
got
start
there in
in
the end.
sequence.
The radio's got a bit crackly. On our way, guys. This is it. Who knows when we'll next be stationary after takeoff. Whoa. Planning on getting GSX at Randy? I don't know yet. Potentially. Right. So no failures on at the moment. Remember, I'll turn that on just prior to takeoff. Starting engine number 2. Flight guide, what are you going to do if you get an engine failure before V1? Just end the stream? Yeah, just go home. No, I'll just restart the flight. N2. Oil pressure, N1. 25%.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Thank you very much again, Chris Tuttle, for the $5. Very kind of you, sir.
Wondering how many planes in today's alpaca fleet will be falling out of the sky.
Quite a few, again, Chris. Well, if they've all been engineered by, who was at the start of the stream there, the 737 Dodgy Dave, who's been servicing the aircraft today. In fact, if he serviced all of them, will be several falling out the sky. Oh my god, what have I done? I said I've done 2 tests, and 50% of the flights ended in crash, so... We'll have to see. Right, good start, engine number 2, but looks of it. 2463, 2
Okay,
stable,
pushback
starting 1.
completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake is set.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Bed 2.
Ground.
I
You may
could still get
disconnect.
lost here. We might never even get to the
Okay,
runway.
sir, clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed.
It's
See you
default
at the
airport
side.
with no
Have a good
taxiway
flight.
sides.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and
25%.
goodbye.
Godspeed, Alpaca 13, 13. At Callum, yeah, I mean, depending on how you look at it, it's either 50% failure or 50% success rate. We'll go with the latter. It does line, yeah. The taxiways here are like Mike Zulu and Zulu Whiskey. Amit failure starts as soon as I push tow. I'll set it just before that. Right, starting it out, launching engine 1, 24631 is stable before taxi flow. The aircraft has no failures on at the moment. Probes, packs, auto, isolation valve, auto, AP bleeds off, flaps. 2, 5, flight controls. I just noticed my gears up. That's not going to help. No! I'm going to have a failure before I've even done it. I told you to put gear up, not gear down. Silly sim. Right, there we are. Let me try again. Forward, back, left, right, and I didn't even have that. There you go. Rudders, full left and full right, all working. Hunky dory. Recall, blank the lower DU, and now we can read the before taxi checklist, which is all good. Yeah, gear up right before we've gone anywhere. Unbelievable. Right, now you can watch me get lost taxiing. Enjoy. Let me just
Control, Gatwick 6550,
request taxi.
flight level 340. Gatwick 6550, good evening, squawk 4424. Squawk 4424, Gatwick 6550.
Alpaca 13, request taxi.
Full zero.
Oh, blocked.
Identify flight level 3.
As soon as I pushed the button, he started talking. That's how it always works.
Reeling 8 kilo Romeo ready for taxi, we can accept that for this. Well, in 6 kilo,
Cheeky Spaniard.
8 kilo Romeo, taxi holding point runway.
Does pilot
holding
failure
point
count as all the
Charlie
failures? Yes.
Runway 30 via Alpha 2 and Tango, QNH 1000.
Thanks for subscribing there, Jay Clark. Welcome aboard, buddy.
Confirm
I
1000.
wouldn't recommend being on board this plane today.
QNH 1000 and taxi holding point Charlie 230, bearing 8 kilo.
Alpaca 13, request taxi.
Alpaca 13, please contact Madrid approach, now in frequency 11875.
11875, we'll speak to you later. Alpaca 13. Madrid approach has just come online.
Minimums.
Oh my goodness, I'm going to mute that because that is going to go off continuously there, but thank you very much. That's very generous of you. Oh, it helps if I actually press the alert box button there. Thank you very much there to Cornelius Nimbus, one of the new members, who's gifted 10 members to the channel. I have just muted that because that's going to go off continuously. Welcome all of you to the channel. Thank you very much. Very, very generous. That was inconvenient timing.
Buenas noches,
Right.
runner 675 Alpha, Stansted
Unbelievable.
7, fully ready for pushback and engine start.
That was very generous. Cornelius Nimbus, thank you, sir.
Alpha, very good.
If we get 666 numbers to complete the suspect numbers, probably. Oh.
Pushback and setup is approved facing south, runner 675 Alpha.
And Madrid approach me Buenos Alpaca 13. We've just finished our push off stand 332 and request taxi.
Alpaca 13, very good evening, sir. Taxi holding point runway 14 right via Delta Inner Sierra Alpha 17 at Lima Charlie.
Oh god, Madrid. Taxi holding point 14 right via Delta Inner and then Sierra Alpha 17 Lima and Charlie Alpaca 13. Right, I don't like Madrid at all. So Delta Inner, which we're on until we get to Sierra, and then Alpha 17, which is all the way here, and then Lima Charlie, not Lima then Charlie, Lima Charlie. Okay, I'm happy where I'm going. Wish me luck, I'm going to get lost here. Parking brakes released. And do a config check. No config warning. Edge up, small up time is very quick. We're on our way. Here we go, guys. Failures are not on yet. Got to set the runway heading. Do you see that? I stopped it on 143. Just can't teach that. Yeah, Madrid is notoriously challenging to taxi around. But I have Navigraph's new updated charts up in front of me. It makes it far easier to locate where you need to go. So we're going straight ahead till Sierra, so it's going to be the second left. Hello Hayden, J. Roberts, hope you're doing well. Hope you have lots of speed tape on board. We will. Right, I think I can. The alerts have all off now. Well, you know the 10 sub ping, but as soon as we take off, I'll be in yoke cam and it will be disabled again. But thank you very much, Cornelius. That was very, very generous of you. Right, see, there's no signage here in Madrid at all. There should be sign. It should be painted on the ground. But next left it'll be Sierra, and then on to Alpha 17. I'm a bit concerned by wingtip clearance there. It helps if I stay on the line as well. Welcome. Just go slightly off the line, but that's another wing saved. There we are. Welcome on board Petter Haruza, your possible last ever flight. Cheers, Cornelius. Thumbs up. Thanks, buddy. How do you get that bounce animation in the cockpit? FS Realistic is running in the background. FS Realistic. About to clip that APU, or we did. So here comes Sierra on the left. Perfect. And this is the Navigraph charts I'm using. You can zoom right on in on the airport look on their charts now. It's really quite cool. So there's Sierra, then Alpha 17 straight ahead there on the left. Very useful here because it's one of the premium, you know, high detailed airports supplied by Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it's obviously missing a lot of the default taxiway signs and things. But this makes it a lot easier. Right, let's do the before takeoff checklist. So config we checked, flaps we've got 5 green lights, stab trip set for departure, 5.2 units set. Takeoff briefing. Pax order bleeds on, V speeds are set, 31, 33, 43 on the MCP. The departure now is the Samo Sierra 2 Sierra, it's an RNAV SID, straight ahead 2,400 feet, and reaching for the next waypoint, right turn. Climb to 13,000, and it's NADP 1 here, so we'll accelerate and climb until we get to 5,000 feet. Any problems will climb straight ahead and to the MSA 5,000 feet as well. So that's reviewed, and the cabin, we'll imagine, is secure, and that's it, checks complete. Did I forget to turn the APU off? Unbelievable. I'm not having a good day today, am I?
Douglas taxi, Ryanair 675 Alpha.
Right. Alpha 17, then Lima Charlie.
675 Alpha via Gate 1, Alpha taxiway to the north, Alpha 28,
Just gonna slow
and
down
Kilo
here,
Bravo, taxi
because
holding
it's not
point,
so
Kilo
clear
3, runway 1
where
for
Lima Charlie is on the other stand.
Okay, taxi Gate 1,
That's fine.
Alpha to the north, Kilo Bravo, holding point Kilo 3, runway 1 for left, Ryanair 675 Alpha.
So Lima Charlie's next right.
Ahora no comunícale.
Welcome.
Welcome, thanks for subscribing, whoever that was. So next right's Lima Charlie, and we are ready for
left
departure.
mission for Ryanair 675 Alpha.
Negative, sir. And the last transmission was your clearance for taxi. There is
I'm nervous. This is the most nervous I've been for a very long
We'll
time.
repeat it.
It's pressure. How many
Ryanair
people are here?
675,
737 watching. How apt.
Alpha to the north.
Oh,
Kilo Bravo,
this
holding point, Kilo
PMDG
3,
can't
runway
turn
1 for
tightly at
left.
the moment unless you do 2 knots.
It's okay. Alpha to the north until Alpha 28. Then Kilo Bravo
There's
holding
Lima
point,
Charlie straight ahead.
Until Alpha 28, then Kilo Bravo. Kilo 3.
There's buses on the
Ryanair
runway.
675
Right,
Alpha.
we'll tell them we're ready. Just do the flow. Transponder to TARA, where the radar's on. I'm actually really nervous. Oh, nav auto throttle. There we go. Madrid Alpaca 13, hold point Lima Charlie ready for departure.
Alpaca 13. Now the surface wind 240 degrees, 23 knots, gusting 38 on runway 1 for right. Clear for takeoff.
Stand by, just want to check that wind. Just confirm 240 gusting 38.
I got these winds at this moment. Please stand by a wind.
Stand by. Yeah, that wind's out of limits. So 240 38 is a 38 knot crosswind. So in reality, max crosswind's 33 knots, including gust. So that
50,
surface wind
40,
is we're out of
30,
limits for takeoff.
20, 10.
Now I can go. In real life, obviously I can't. But in real life, you know, we're not in real life. Cheers, Chris.
Looking forward to the pre-takeoff passenger cabin announcement.
Oh, I've done that already.
Welcome.
You missed it. Unbelievable. Right, so this is the situation, guys. The crosswind limit my operator, including gust, is 33 knots. He's just given us a surface wind
So Alpaca 13. Now the surface wind 240 degrees, 23 knots, gusting 38 at runway 1 for right. Clear for takeoff.
of 1-4 right, clear takeoff, Alpaca 13. For the purposes of this stream, and the fact we're flying up to with Llama International, we are going to ignore the max crosswind limit today and take off. So, again, this is, you know, I like to do things as realistically as possible, but it's based off METAR weather and not instantaneous winds, and the METARs will be here for 30 minutes. So, yes, wish me luck as we go off the side of the runway. Toga's in chat, here we go. All systems, random failures, yes. 59 in the next 10 hours, that's 1 every 10 minutes. Limit events, no. Execute, and that's in. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Timing, rolling takeoff. We can get engine failure now. Oh, what have I done? Yoke cams on. Engine stabilised. Set takeoff thrust. Master caution, no! Oh, what is it? It'll be... No, that's PMDG in its stupid overwing exit. Oh, there we are. Takeoff thrust set indications normal. Let me just quickly do a recall. Yeah, look, no master caution. Checked. What was that surface? Yeah, we've got a massive crosswind here. Over limits, no problem. Oh, I've got a lot of rudder in here. An awful lot. Full rudder. That's full rudder. Ooh! Oh my goodness me! Woo-hoo-hoo. Well, we're airborne. Gears coming up. Oh. Yeah, that wasn't... Microsoft Flight Simulator max 20 degrees. It's okay, but in real life it would have been a lot more violent, that manoeuvre. Right, there's 1,000 feet. We need to maintain the 20 degrees attitude until 5,000 feet. Now it's below it. The flight directors. Aircraft is A-OK, it would seem, for now. Nothing's out of the ordinary. That would have been the PMDG's overwing exits. That's N1. Oh, the engines are, I don't like the engine change in tone. We're looking at everything really carefully here. Right, 3,000 feet AGL, bug up. So far, so good. I can actually have a look here. Failure's none, alright, and we're leaving that page now. We're not going to look at that page until we've landed. Flat 1. 8 degrees anti-ice, very well spotted. I'll just try to hand fly and turn the engine anti-ice on.
Okay, we can change 1-8 right.
Okay, so far, I think looks good. Sure.
Ryanair 9 Hotel Zulu, very good evening.
Right, flaps up, no lights, in case you're the pilot. Command A, VNAV, there's an outer marker there. After takeoff checklist, gears off, water brakes off, and we'll leave the engine anti-ice on. It's about to go back into cloud, air conditioning and pressurization. Diffs 2.2 and climbing.
That's right, Alpaca 13 identified, flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Alpaca 13. So 240 is set, and we've only got ATRA above restrictions, I think. Excellent. So standards now set. Passing 80, flight level 240 after takeoff checklist complete. Everything seems fine. Releasing the crew. We're on our way. What's going to happen? Randy, 1 month. Glad I got my travel insurance before this flight. I wish you a happy landing, if possible. Cheers, Captain. Oh dear, thanks guys.
X-ray.
So on the SID, max 220 knots at above 6,200 feet, which we are. We've made it to 10,000 feet, so again, if you have anything serious, Madrid's going to still be the best option, because don't forget the winds are very strong, but runway 18, actually no, that's going to be quite close to a max crosswind as well. Well, not ideal, but it depends on the severity of the situation. Right, 106 flight level 240, pre-cruise checks.
9 Hotel Zulu, then continue descending up to this for sequence.
Lights are coming off. Fuel, we've got 70 kilos in the centre, full wing still. Apis off, pressurisation is set. Release the belts. Very cool. Pre-cruise checks complete. So we've made it to 11,000 feet. I'll be doing fuel checks periodically because we could have a fuel leak. That's one of the potential failures. You guys are all of my virtual first officers here. And on the first flight, I had a failure after 10 minutes. My second flight, I had one failure in the first half an hour, and then loads of failures started coming. So it's on average every 10 minutes, but more could happen in that time, maybe less. But in a 2-hour flight, we should have 20 failures.
By right, so you can continue now by left over Romeo Bravo.
So 40 knots. Hope sounds okay. In fact, it's a bit loud. There we go. We've got something. Master caution. And what? Master caution and nothing. Okay. Well, that's helpful. Master caution for nothing on the push display. Great. Well done, PMDG. We've got a master caution and nothing illuminated. Well, that's a great start. Unbelievable. Okay, well, maybe it's the master caution that's broken. There is no amber light on. There's nothing. Oh, maybe it's the fuel. Oh, set the pumps off. No. Oh, what is going on with the plane? I don't know. Failure 1 and we have no clue what it is. Look, engines are running fine. Secondary parameters. Hydraulics, quantity and pressure is fine. Oil pressure is fine. Temperature's fine. Oil quantity, no excessive vibration. Pressurization's good. 4.9, climbing. We can take the engine anti-ice off. Unbelievable. Why does this happen during the stream? Master caution. But no, what should happen is one of these other ones should be illuminated. But they're not. It's broken. No FMC failure. This won't be linked to the FMC. Basically, when this light illuminates, that means one of the amber lights is illuminated, typically on the overhead panel. and there's nothing there at all. Maybe it's a master caution failure. No, it's not centre tank empty because look, the pumps are off and I'm still getting this master caution light. There's a little bit of fuel in there still though. See if I can suckle it out. Okay, everything else looks normal. Doors, no doors, no door enunciations on. Right, well something is amiss already. No, we're not looking at the failure screen, guys. Well, let me know. Do you want me to look at the failure screen, see what's going on? I think we should leave it until after landing. Right. Got all the fuel now. It's probably a bug. No doors, that is a problem. Don't look. Definitely leave it. Yeah. Oh, leave it. Cargo fire. Yeah, maybe it was that cargo fire shit. Don't look. No looking. No, we're not. I agree. Gremlins running around the electrical could be HUDs. I hate electrical faults. Oh dear. Well, we're no closer to Stansted yet. We're actually still south of Madrid, but we are well on our way on our SID. We're 3 hours behind live time, so we should be touching down at 16:53, so 17:80, 19:53 Zulu. So about 2 hours, yeah, still about 2 hours from now. Fuel cap left off. Anything in the pedestal? No, there shouldn't be anything down there which illuminates the master caution. I know there's something wrong. It's definitely a bug because look, master caution, and there should be one of these 6 or one of these 6 also illuminating. There's nothing which just triggers a master caution. Right? So there's something a bit buggy going on here.
Ryanair 675 Alpha.
Oh, fail light on the FMC.
240 degrees, 2 knots, ah. 38, runway 1 for left, clear for takeoff.
Now that is a bug.
Okay,
well spotted that though, but that is a bug. That should not illuminate a master caution.
Okay, no problem.
That is a bug with PMDG.
And Ryanair 9er Hotel
coded that incorrectly. But yeah, well spotted. We have had an FMC failure. FMC has failed on FMC 1 by the looks of it. Now, why I'm still able to select things on this FMC, I'm not so sure, but something is amiss.
Alpaca 13, contact Madrid control 132.975. Have a nice day.
132.975, Alpaca 13, bye. Very well spotted though, guys. Now in real life that light's quite obvious, it sticks out quite a lot, and also I know it's a bug because that light there should also illuminate that light, it's that yellow light here. So PMDG haven't programmed that correctly. That should be fail, that light should come on. Pretty sure, but and also it's not linked to the master caution system at all, so that's completely incorrect. Madrid, muy buenas, Alpaca 13, we're on the Samo Sierra 2 Sierra, approaching flight level 240, request flight level 380.
Alpaca 13, identify, continue climbing flight level 380.
Climb flight level 380, Alpaca 13. So 380 checked. And these are the dangers of desktop simulators if you're on your type rating. You know, you might think, oh, I'm going to get a master caution if the FMC fails. That's not how it works. You've got to work out what's different here, and that's the dangers of using these as training tools, official training tools. So yes, maybe the failure is on the failure light. maybe this has failed, but the FMC is working absolutely fine. So remember, it's a desktop simulated aircraft. They are very good, the PMDG especially, but it doesn't always replicate things exactly as the real aircraft would. Now I'm just going to reference something in the FCOM just to see if there's anything else the fail light could potentially mean. Let's have a look here. But so far so good, nothing else seems amiss. We'll do a fuel check at top of climb. As soon as we, well, just prior to top of climb, look, we get to Idigo, so we'll just wait for the next failure, see what happens. Fail showing on both FMCs? No, just on the captains, the rights are fine. And one FMC could be used to power both. So it could be that the FMC has failed. I'm just trying to think if it automatically switches and allows one FMC to power both. Oh dear. But yeah, so far so good. 10 minutes in, one failure so far. Right, let's have a look at the flight management navigation system. Just want to have a look at something quickly. FMC alert light number 6. It says in the FCOM, the selected, all it means is the selected FMC has failed. So the FMC has failed, but I have dispatched with one FMC, and it works as if both of them, it's like they have one FMC powering both, so it could be sort of working okay. Isn't there an FMC transfer switch? Yes, there is, and that would usually be in. What we'd have to do is go both on right, both on left, for one of them to power both. But obviously, it's something's a bit funky here. Anyway, that should not be linked to the master caution system. That is definitely correct. Well, thanks M3 Tally says I hope both engines fail. Thank you very much. So we are due on. We should get an average 20 failures on this flight, so we'll just see what happens next. But so far, so good. Have you overstocked the Toya rolls just in case, Peter? Still working okay. Does that mean it's failed at failing? I guess so. There is Spain below us. We're now north of Madrid. You can see up here the flight track has now started filling in. ETA according to this is 1932. It's probably going to be a little later in that, slowing down for the approach. I better stay in the cockpit actually. In fact, what I'm going to do is sort of take this seat in the jump seat, so I'm going to a good look and see anything pop up a little easier. James, are you going to divert if an engine fails? Yes, likely. If it fails anywhere, nowhere near top of descent, then yeah. Like I said, I will treat everything we get today as realistically as possible within the confines of the PMDG 737 and Microsoft Flight Simulator. For example, the first failure is not working correctly at all. Or certainly, I'd expect the FMC to have failed. We then would have looked at the checklist. Actually, no, not even looked at the checklist, but that's because it's, I haven't had an FMC failure, so as such. So, single FMC failure, QRH says, resume conventional navigation, verify position relative to terrain. But this is only if you've dispatched under... So, FMC failure, but only if you've dispatched under single FMC or dual FMC failure. So, there isn't actually a checklist for this condition. Just a single FMC failure, we just continue as normal.
62 Yankee Mike, requesting descent.
But yeah, certainly when I haven't had an FMC failure in real life, but in the sim, when you had the failure, the screen went blank, you got the fail light, and then the FMC message light here, and I think you just then continue normal operation, or you manipulated the navigation FMC transfer switch. Egg RL, I want to become a commercial pilot one day. Do you think getting a PPL is a good path? I'm 15 years old right now. It's one of the many paths to getting your commercial license. You could get a PPL and then go modular flight training, or you could not worry about your PPL and choose an MPL course or an integrated flight training course. I personally went PPL, then I went... I was planning on going modular flight training, but I then went integrated because it was sort of, 13, 14 years ago, airlines did sort of take a preference over integrated students, apparently, but nowadays they don't make... It doesn't make any difference. You all have the same license at the end of the day. Andy, imagine after publishing a stream with such a dramatic thumbnail if the FMS is the only failure we get. I know. But it's 15 minutes of a 2-hour, 10-minute flight, and we've already had one failure. Maybe, don't forget, there's a lot of failures that could be going on which would not be known in the cockpit. Tyre failures being one, fuel leak. A lot of issues could potentially be happening we don't even know about until we configure the aircraft, maybe. Thank you very much there, Infinite 224.
Watching this in the background whilst banking POF, what can possibly go wrong, lol? Please keep up the great content.
Oh, I'm just seeing, watching this in the background whilst banking. Hey, POF, what can possibly go wrong? Keep up the great content. Thanks, Infinite 224. POF, what is that? Principles. You're okay. Principles of flight. You're doing the database, the data bank for that. What I see. Good luck with your training and exams moving forward, and I hope I'm not too much of a distraction for your training there. Thank you very much, but I appreciate it. Excellent. Thanks for subscribing there, Zed Daniel. Welcome aboard. Ricardo to 13 failures, 6 per hour. 59 failures in 10 hours is set. So that's on average 1 every 10 and a bit minutes. Steve, passengers have all been sucked out of the toilet. No master caution for that. No. I'd rather hope that we'd get master caution passenger oxygen on though, as the cabin altitude zoomed up above 14,000 feet.
Ryanair 6759 on leaving Marin Space, monitor Unicorn, goodbye.
Monitor Unicorn.
Well, we've made it to 35,000 feet.
Muchas gracias por el servicio, and Alpaca 13.
Approaching
good
Domingo.
luck, and have a safe
There's
flight.
northern Spain. Check pressurization. Good idea, Janice. Looks good here. Cabin altitude 6,500 feet. Diff's 8.5. That's completely normal. Yeah, pop gear. Pretty rare for a failure in real life. Absolutely. Chances of getting multiple failures incredibly rare, but we might get that today. Arc 0232, been having low FPS and X-Plane 12 since I bought my PC specs RTX 3080 and AMD Ryzen. That sounds like a good PC to me. Every time I load the sim I get 18 to 21 FPS on the ground, 30 FPS in the air. My goodness, that seems quite low. I'm getting quite decent FPS. I know that around dawn and dusk there's a bit of an FPS increase in the computer's load. That's quite well known. But yes, I'd best look online. I'm not an expert when it comes to those sort of things. I mean, I have similar specs to you, but I've got the i7 12 gen chip, I think. I don't know anything about computers. Oh, Alpaca 13 Madrid, sorry, did you call?
Alpaca 13 Madrid, sorry, say again.
Sorry, did you call, or was it for someone else? Damn you lot.
Alpaca 13 negative.
Ah, sorry. Damn you in chat. Why is everyone saying ATC called me? They didn't call me, you trolls. Even Robert Adcock, one of my esteemed members, said it. Unbelievable. Watch out for you lot. I got baited. Unbelievable. It's alright, I'll get you lot back. In fact, I'll get you lot back right now. Yeah, chat failure. Yeah, failure number 2 of the day. You lot. Oh dear. Right, we're in the cruise. As far as we know, we've got a glitchy FMC failure / not FMC failure. And that's it. And a weird master caution which shouldn't be a master caution. Unbelievable. Someone's knocking on the cockpit door. I was just getting you lot back. Right. Well, here we are. 38,000 feet. We'll do a quick fuel check here at Adigo, making sure everything's A-OK. We took 1,200 kilos extra. So Adigo, we should have been here after 18 minutes, it's 19 minutes, 5, 8, 10, so we should have 6, 7 tons on board. We've got 6, 9, that's fine, and we should have burnt 1,700 kilos.
30, 20, 10.
Yeah, 1,700 kilos burnt, so everything's as it should be. Perfect. Thanks whoever that was.
Hi Captain.
Hi Thomas.
Really looking forward to watching this stream progress. We'll be in for a treat for sure. Watching this as I fly on P3D with EGSS, EDFNC.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Thomas, for the £4.50. Thank you very much. So far, so good. Just an FMC failure / not failure. I hope your flight goes safely from Edinburgh to Funchal. And I think that was with Jet2, so thank you very much for your donation. We'll see what happens. Oh dear. Birds are knocking on the cockpit windows, unbelievable. Ricardo, when coming close to your selected altitude, do you switch to vertical speed? Now, depends on what height you're at. Ideally, you want to close your rate of descent, so 1 to go, you're doing 1,000 feet per minute, 2 to go, 2,000 feet per minute. be very careful at higher altitude though, because you can get very thrust limited up here. So if you select even vertical speed 1,000 feet per minute, there might not be sufficient for us to maintain speed. So recommend staying in VNAV at higher altitudes. Yeah, nice crosswind here, look at that, wind 114 knots. Yeah, we've had one failure, as far as we know. Fuel's good, pressurization is good, automation seems fine. Yeah, we'll just monitor the flights, we would do every day in real life. Joseph, did you do a top climb fuel check? Yes, we did, and it just happened to be a beam Adigo there. Fuel was absolutely fine, fuel burnt, fuel on board. Be honest, who else is checking their watch? We're 21 minutes. We're due a failure. Bank angle switch failure, unbelievable. Right. So the wing doesn't fall off or something weird. Well, failure-wise, I seem to be gaining fuel in the centre tank, or 50 kilos, but that's quite common. Let's put the centre tanks back on.
50, 40, 30.
Thanks, Lizard Doggo, for the $5. Very kind of you, sir. Appreciate it, thank you.
Long time viewer and first time donator.
Oh, I've seen you here before.
I can't wait to see what kind of chaos ensues today. Good luck from Boston.
Thank you, Lizard Doggo, for the $5. That's very kind of you. I've seen you in chat many times before, I believe. So thank you very much for your donation. I hope you're having a lovely morning in or afternoon in Boston. Thank you very much, sir. Excellent. Headset failure. This looks like a failure of the failure system. It does cloud the action. Right. I'm not going to see the failures, guys, but all I'm going to do is just... No, I'm not going to. I was going to see how many failures we had, but no, that's cheating. I know. I promise you, we're not going to look at that screen. If there's another failure we don't know about, we just won't know about it, just like in real life. I was just tempted. No looking, says Brandon. Steph, good man. Oh dear. Arc0232, what do you explain 12 settings? I've been trying multiple different videos, but nothing helps. Oh, look, Master. Oh, no, that's centre pumps. Centre pumps. Oh, okay. It's fine. It was just the centre tank pumps. We've got no more fuel left in the centre tank. That is normal. That is normal. I can't remember what I was saying now. Yes, sorry. Someone explained 12 settings. Quite high. Not the highest, though. Sort of like mid settings, like for...
Alpaca 13 Madrid.
Alpaca 13. Go ahead.
Alpaca 13 from present position. Fly direct Belen.
Classic. Direct to Belen. Alpaca 13. Absolute classic. Direct to Belen, execute LNAV, that's the FIR boundary, I believe. Sorry, I'm a charged paper. Thank you very much, Bitrip. I don't know if you're rejoining as a member or you're continuing your support. Thank you very much for your membership. Hope you're doing well, and nice to see you back here again.
20,
Children!
10.
Thanks, Reagan, for the £5. Very kind.
I guess that master caution light is for the pushback tug still being attacked. Smile.
He didn't say release parking brake 20 times. Maybe he's still there. His headset just fell off. Unbelievable. Thank you very much, Reagan, for the £5. Oh dear. Yes, there's a number of waypoints in northern Spain which could be misconstrued as being a different word, and it didn't take too much for my chat's maturity to sort of work out what word it is, but I must admit, every time I'm flying on the line and they give us direct to said waypoint, I do go lol. Unbelievable. Name some more. No, Lawrence Draper. We might be near one of them actually. I think it was on our route. Let me just have a look here. No, there's several. I'm not going to name them. I'm a mature professional. And you have the nerve to call us children. I know. Our maturity. So, 25 minutes in, we know of one failure, slash not failure. This so far is going, out of compared to the 2 test sectors I did, the best so far. I'm just watching everything so carefully, but we might have loads of other failures in the background which we won't know about until we start configuring the gear and flaps. And we've only got 30 minutes extra fuel. Microsoft Flight Sim's doing its oscillation thing by the looks of it. Why is ADF2 in op? There's only one ADF on the aircraft. So you see here, there's one of them. There used to be a second one. Where it was installed, I think it was here. It's on the 700, so that's why that's in op stickers there. Same with the real aircraft. You just had to redesign the panel otherwise. So fuel again is looking fine. Big hole in the cabin failure. Had that on my first test flight. It's called hull integrity failure. Quite dramatic. We're 25 minutes in, approaching northern Spain. So options wise, if we had a catastrophic issue, if I bring up Navigraph for you. Look at that crosswind, look at the crab. I mean, I know we've got a shortcut direct to Belen, but you can sort of see the aircraft pointing to the left there. But option wise, we've got Bilbao straight ahead, Madrid still behind us. Up here we've got Bordeaux, Nantes, these all have nice long runways, Gatwick, Stansted. Lots of options on this sector, it's one of the reasons I chose it. Flight Guide, did you join a cadet program to become a pilot? I didn't. I took out a loan and went to an integrated course, went for the integrated course
50,
at
40,
Oxford Aviation Academy.
30,
That's it.
20, 10.
Yankee Fox, thanks for the £5. I owe you a Colomata Concorde, by the way. Well done winning the giveaway.
Never wished my other half hadn't got dinner ready quite so much. Really enjoying this one and looking forward to watching the rest later. See you on the ground, hopefully on a runway.
Hopefully. Cheers, Yankee Fox. Really appreciate the donation. What do you think of today's live stream, Jack? No, he's fast asleep. Look, here's Jack, my Labrador. If you're new to the channel, Jack. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh, that was really mean of me. He is watching out, making sure all is in order. There we are. Let me get my yoke cam set back up. Well, again, 28 minutes in. We should have had 2 and a bit failures so far. We've definitely had 1. Brilliant. Victor says, what the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
I've got that. I'm really nervous. Really nervous. A QH is here, ready to go. Right next to me. I've got my FCOM open as well. Is that a real dog? Yes. Yes, it is. Jack, my Labrador. Oh, dear. But it seems to have calmed down for now.
Iberia 446 con altímetro.
Put a little bit of music on.
1006. Ruede punta espera.
Concorde stream, yes, hopefully very soon.
Pues con QNH 1006 rodamos por
What is the real world failure rate on systems? Oh,
Iberia
Brandon.
446.
I mean, in 12 years, I've only once had to divert for a technical issue. And that was only because if we landed at our destination, we would have been AOG because of an MEL constraint. And they wanted us to divert to a base so we could swap the aircraft around because where we're going wasn't a base. And it was a fault with the CDS faults that came in upon flight, which it should have done. High oil temp simulated, they are Mason Island. That is one of the failures. High oil temperature. Again, we'll check pressurisation. Diff pressures exactly where it'd be. Cabin altitude 7,000 feet. Nothing out the ordinary up there. We've got the FMC fail light we know about. Fuel's good. Hydraulic quantity and pressure's fine. Vibration, oil quantity is a little low actually, 12 and 13, but I think that's just PMDG. I did reset it all prior to the stream.
Antos 3 Alpha departure, Alpha runway 30. Initial
Yeah,
flight
so
level
far so
80.
good. Slight depressurization, no, none at all. Diff pressure's where I'd expect it to be. Look at the cabin climb, it's 0. 7,000 feet. I just don't like this camera in this sim. There we
Oscar Echo Alpha Tango
go.
read
So
back
yeah, maybe the failure simulation is broken. No, it
50,
isn't.
40,
I've
30,
had
20,
they'll come.
10.
They'll come. Thanks, Kay, for the 97 Norwegian krone. I really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
What are the chances of an engine falling off in this flight?
Falling off in the flight. I have no idea. Very unlikely. Very unlikely. Oh, we've had a failure. Right, this happened on the test sector. Anyone notice it? I think some of you have seen it already. We've had a failure. Looks like the radio activity has stopped working my side. Okay. Okay. What's the limitations now? What have I got to think about with a radio altimeter failure?
Ryanair 6490.
That's okay. Oh, I've had this in real life. What is the pointer in the red area on the pressurization dial? That's the differential pressure between inside and outside, and it's usually in the amber section of 38,000 feet. Is that for me? Yeah, Cat 1 only. Exactly, yes. We need 2 radio altimeters, no auto-land capability. So the weather at destination Stansted, there's no low visibility forecast today, so that's okay. MEL can be quite restrictive, obviously we're Cat 1 only for dispatch and also en route. But yeah, the worst case we've got in Stansted is 6,000 metres after midnight. We need 550 metres for a Cat 1. So, FMC half failure and a radio altimeter failure. Okay, not bad. Just do the master caution, which is broken as we know with the FMC failure. So we know of 2 failures now. 2. No more, hopefully. Molly Vlog says FPS right now. Hold on, I've got the Fly Live overlay open. It's 60. I'm bang on 60 FPS. Should be nice and smooth. And everything's set to high end. No call, Chris Tuttle. Yeah, no potentially no call outs. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think you get the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 as well. So yeah, that is potentially a threat. Anything on the FO's PFD? Let's have a look. No, his radio altimeter is fine. Okay, so we've got a radio altimeter failure and an FMC failure. Okay. Can't use radio minimums. Good question, actually. No, of course you can't. No, so you can't use radio minimums, but you would be doing a Cat 1 and Cat 2. Whoa. So far, so good. We're 33 minutes in, we've had 2 failures we know of. I wouldn't be surprised if we have failures in the background. There's a number of failures which would go unenunciated. I mean, I can give you some examples. Potential flap issues or a flight control issue might not be recognisable until you disconnect the autopilot. Fuel leaks, there's no indication for that apart from the fuel decreasing. Brake failures or issues with the brakes, tyre failures you wouldn't know about. These are some of the issues there. Stabiliser trim inoperative, but that would disconnect the autopilot actually. Unscheduled pressurisation changes. These are some of the unenunciated faults there. Christopher Spence, how severe can the errors be? From minor to what we've had so far to, the worst things we could have here is engine seizure, rapid depressurization. I don't think there's any flight control issues, but on my test sector I had a weird issue with the hydraulics, and then I lost elevator control. I mean, no trim wasn't working either, but I think that might have been a sim issue. Manual reversion, if we lose all hydraulics, that could potentially happen. So what's the probability you have a rodent on board chewing through the wiring? Possibly. Do the circuit breakers pop and any indication on the fuses? No, I don't think any of that's modelled with the PMDG, although its inability to maintain altitude is still about 700 feet per minute there. No, none of the circuit breakers unfortunately are modelled in the PMDG. You need a Challenger 650 or something like that in X-Plane 12, or I think the FlyJ Sim circuit breakers for their Q4XP are modelled, but no, none of these will pop out unfortunately. Now, circuit breakers, if they pop out in flight, you only reset them. You're not meant to reset them, but you only reset them if you can think it's for a safety reason. Like, I actually want that system working. For example, one of the system faults we look at in sim checks every few years is a crossfeed valve failure, and basically the light doesn't work, so you don't actually know the position of the crossfeed valve, and you see the circuit breakers pop, so you can actually justify putting the circuit breaker back in to check the crossfeed valve. Oh, the Phoenix circuit breakers work. Yeah, well, that's an awesome add-on. I need to fly that again soon. Autopilot seems to be pitching excessively. Maybe we have a hydraulic failure. That is just Microsoft Flight Simulator and the PMDG and the weather. We can check the hydraulics here. We've got sufficient quantity. That's normal because it's holding the gear up. And 2980 is normal pressure. Vlogu Louis Cretu, thank you very much for your continued support as a member. You've been a member before, I think, because already have a gold stripe on your epaulet. Thank you very much there for your support. Hope you are doing very well. We have 1,000 people watching the live stream. It's been a long time since we had 1,000 people. If you just tuned in, thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining. We're in the PMDG 737. We have had two failures so far. We know of an FMC failure and a radio altimeter failure. We could have any failure potentially happen. Who knows what could happen next? We're about a quarter of the way into the flight. So far, so good. Did the clock fail? Clock hasn't failed yet. I'm hoping I'm just going to get clock fails. What is it? ADF failure. But yeah, anything could potentially happen here. And these are just the failures I know about. These are just the failures I know about. Everything's fine. We'll do another fuel check at Belen. Go from there. Coffee machine's failed, said Victor. You thought about turning the left FMC brightness down? Yeah, it's all good. Just to simulate it not working. It's working fine. I'm using whatever's available to me. Mattia, hi. Is auto throttle required for a Cat 2, Cat 3 approach? At my operator, yes, Mattia. We do require auto throttle for auto lands, Cat 2, Cat 3 minima. I think other airlines do allow for auto lands to Cat 2 without auto throttle, but we are not allowed to. The failure in itself, allowed Spaniard in my right.
Good evening, runner 615 passenger level 2.
Window wiper. I don't think that's one of the failures. So far, so good.
Confirm level 360 and 675.
Let's hope crash decimals not on the list. Hopefully not.
Level 360.
No, you can't. You can choose what failures you want, but I've selected all. So I could hand pick serious ones. But it's far more fun having all potentially fail. Vishal just joined. When's the next failure? It could have happened on when we should have had 3 failures. We've had at least 2. I'm going to get a failure at 10-mile final, aren't I? 10-mile final, our engine's going to go pop.
4436, Portugal 1332.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this engine to go pop. I'm really... to just look at the screen constantly. Oh dear. Burn strike potentially. Guys, if you are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like it as well. That helps the channel a lot. If you are new, I think there's a lot of new people here. Subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest content. If you are new, I do fly this tin can in real life, although it's hardly believable when you watch my streams. It's great fun to have a lot of people watching today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Jim's incapacitated. Probably is. Doesn't say much. Get prepared for a belly landing. Hey, we've done a belly landing on a stream before. Completed it, and with using a mouse to land the aircraft. Outrageous. No engines have fallen off yet. No, engines are all good.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Thanks a lot,
10.
Vlogu Louis Cretu for the £5 donation. Very kind of you.
Got the chance to get into a 737 MAX 8 flight deck and I have never imagined is that crowd.
It is small in there.
Totally didn't smack my head in the dome lights.
Did it turn on, Vloggo, when you smashed your head into it? Wonderful. Thank you very much for your membership and donation there. Very kind. Yes, I mean, if you're sort of taller than 5'10", 5'11", it is getting a bit cramped in there, especially when you're standing up. You can't stand up straight. Once you're in the seat, it's a little bit easier, but yeah, you can often bang your head. I've actually banged my head and turned the wing anti-ice on once, which I did accidentally. But yeah, you've got to be very careful. But yeah, what did you think about the Max? I've flown the Max once. We don't have one at my base at the moment. I really enjoyed the experience. It was an awesome aircraft. Thanks for grabbing there, Carlo Knoll. Hope you're doing well. If serious, do you need to squawk 7700 on VATSIM? Only if sort of rapid depressurization you're telling ATC there, but usually you wait for ATC to tell you to squawk it. It's not always squawked in emergency situations. I don't know, we were talking about it briefly at the start of the stream about VATSIM allow you to simulate emergencies, but if the controller doesn't want to do it due to workload or some other reason, he'll ask you not to, or you can then just log off. But we are VATSIM for now. Alvaro, we want full QRH procedures. You are very lucky because right in front of me I have the QRH ready to go from my operator, so we will be following the QRH checklist as required. But yeah, we're 40 minutes in now, guys. We'll do another fuel check here at Belen. Okay, I can't fully relax. Excalibur, if you lose an engine on short final, do you continue the approach or go around? Typically continue. If you're in IMC, go around. Unless the cloud base is sort of above 1,000 feet in my operator, if you have an engine failure. Below 1,000 feet in IMC, you have to go around. But if you're configured to land, you continue the approach with landing flap 30 or 40. Unicom 122.8, thanks to the ATC. Alpaca 13, can take a body here. Perfect. Over to Unicom. And usually there's ATC in London. We'll have to see later. Yeah, Excalibur, if you're interested, I do have a tutorial on the engine failure on short final, if you want to learn more about that. If you go to my playlist section on my channel, go to 737 non-normal playlist. I'll try and find the video. It's under the 737 non-normal situation playlist, and the video is called Engine Failure on Final, Continue or Go Around. It is in the Zevo mod, and it's been viewed 14,000 times, but I'll share that in chat if you are so interested in watching what to do with an engine failure on a short final. There you go. John, take a 10-minute break, Skipper, you deserve it, we'll watch the plane. Yeah, not going to happen today. I will stand up in a bit though, get some blood flowing to where it needs to go. The toilet break will be in a bottle. Well, we're 43 minutes in. I know there's going to have been more failures, because we were looking earlier on the second test flight we landed, we had 7 failures, 4 of them were non-enunciated. They were unenunciated. I can't remember what they were now. But this time on my first test flight, 44 minutes, I was on my way towards the Atlantic Ocean, around where we are now. With a rapid depressurization and some weird hydraulic issue. It wasn't simulated correctly, because I had one source of hydraulic power, but I lost all hydraulics, and then I had no pitch authority, so it's a bit weird with the PMDG. Swarthy, what does the RA mean on the PFD? We've had a radio altimeter failure, one of the failures that we've had already. Lauren's hoping for a fire, lovely. Steve, I'm taking a break after the next failure, but hopefully you'll have 10 minutes. Better just do a quick fuel check here. It's everyone's favourite waypoint. Let me have a look here. So we are at Belen. We should have 5 tons. We took a little bit extra, so 6.2. 1,200 kilos. We've got 6.1 on board. We should have burnt 2.5 tons. Engine used. We've got 2.6 burnt. Okay, that's fine, because it's only about 100 kilos off, but we'll keep an eye on it. We are so due a failure. I don't have a single master caution on the overhead panel yet. Just this weird buggy one, master caution with the FMC, which shouldn't happen. All fine. Pressurization was fine. Fuel's okay. oil quantity, temperature, pressures, all normal. What is happening? So I've saved the good aircraft till the stream. I had a nightmare on the test sectors. Is that yoke okay? Yeah, I hope flight controls are working. Oh dear. Victor Silva, where are we? We're just north of Spain. There we are, over the Bay of Biscay. We've got options if we have to immediately divert. Bordeaux, not straight ahead. I want a PFD and MFD failure. Thanks, Brady. Failures have failed. I know. What's going on? Hopefully we'll get something exciting. Rapid depressurization would have to be intense, yeah, and especially as I'm on my own, because I've got to do the job of the captain and first officer. So fly the airplane, that becomes the captain's role of rapid depressurization. FO will control the systems, try and pressurize the airplane, and communicate with ATC. That's going to be difficult on my own.
Welcome.
VV, can't wait to see you inverted overloader, thank you. Welcome, Dive Andy68. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in and subscribing to the channel. What is next? What is next? Magic goes the entire stream without a failure, and on taxi our engine blow up. Look, we're not even halfway yet, and we've had, as we know of, 2 failures. One of the ones I had on my test sector, my first test sector for this stream, was a tyre failure, which I didn't know until, well, I saw it because I had the failure option on, but it didn't come up as a failure at all. And after I landed, the aircraft just veered off, and then I stopped it, and then I couldn't taxi forward. BX7, the failures every 10 minutes, yes. So the failure system in the PMDG, the most failures you can program is 59 failures in a 10-hour period. So you can, it's as high as you can go. If you set 60, it just won't accept it. So 59 failures in 10 hours. So that's on average a failure every 10 minutes, and we're flying for 2 hours. So we should, on average, or statistically, have 20 failures on this sector. We know of 2 so far. Based on the airborne duration, we should on average have had 4 and a bit failures, maybe 5. But they come and go. You can have a gap between none, and you can get 2 within a minute. I had 2 within a minute earlier, well, when I did the test sector. So it just randomly generates them and puts them whenever they go. Would a wing fall off count as a failure? Yes, technically, Charlie Thomas, but it would also be the end of the stream. Dual engine failure, potentially. Altimeter failure, you are descending. That would be Microsoft Flight Simulator's erratic weather. Kind of surprised the aircraft doesn't have tyre pressure sensors. No, it doesn't. Some have brake temperature systems. 1 in 10 minutes, that's 12 in 120 minutes, not 20. What did I say? 20? No, 20 in... Sorry, 12. 12 in 2 hours. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Right, yeah, well done. Pilot mouse failure, good one. You are right, sorry, we should get 12 failures. Thanks for subscribing, Charlie, and JHXP11F.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Well, I can't see
10.
anything going on here. Vlogging, thanks a lot for the £10 there, appreciate it, buddy.
Is there anything you would be able to do in case of a wheel well fire? Or just stop and wait for the firefighters?
Great question.
Also, yes, I did turn them dome lights on to bright.
Brilliant, when you whacked your head. Excellent. Yes, well, the wheel well fire does have a checklist. It's essentially to drop the gear and try and extinguish the fire that way, and if it doesn't extinguish, land at the nearest suitable airport. And then just hope that there's no fire, but yeah, that's a place where you don't want to have a fire in the wheel well, all the hydraulic fluids and things there. But that's what the checklist essentially says. Thank you very much for your donation there. Russell Spears, thank you very much for the £4.50 as well.
Hi, must be a noticeable difference to in real-world commercial pilots of those who use home sims and those who don't when managing emergency scenarios.
So, noticeable difference in real-world commercial pilots, although of those who use home sims and those who don't. So not, the average pilot doesn't have a desktop simulator and practices non-normal situations. We've had the FMC failure, and that's not working as it should in the PMDG 737. It's also illuminating the master caution light when it shouldn't. So you've got to be very careful using desktop simulators. However, I do see the value in desktop simulators. For example, during the pandemic, when I was streaming a lot more frequently and utilising the Zebo mod at the time, I found it was quite useful to just practice flows and procedures. For handling, forget it. You're never going to match exactly the handling experience. I've got the Boeing Thrustmaster yoke and the throttle quadrant. The inputs I make are exactly the same as the real aircraft, and the aircraft is responding as it should and as I'd expect it to, but it's never going to feel exactly the same through the control column. But I hope that helps answer your question. Thank you very much for your donation, and welcome on board 254 Flight Sim as a member. Glad you enjoyed the content. Members only Discord for you. Enjoy using your custom emojis in chat. Thank you very much, and welcome someone 4B to the channel. Thank you. So yeah, 50 minutes in, I can't see anything out the ordinary. Oh, it looks all okay here. Window heaters could be fun. That's not usually a major problem. Just have to make sure your speed's below 250 knots, below 10,000 feet. The reason is you don't want a bird to hit the windscreen and damage it, so it slows your speed down slightly. Thank you, Romulus, for your continued support as a member. Haven't seen you for a while. What about a monkey in the cockpit failure? Switches randomly moved
50,
all over the place.
40,
Outrageous.
30, 20, 10.
Cheers, KL74 as well for your €2 donation. Very kind. Thank you very much, guys.
Would a wheel well fire stop A over wing exit evac?
Good question. No, because if that wheel well fire was that bad that it was causing that amount of damage for the fire to be in the risk of an overwing exit, or a fire that, you know, you'd have far bigger problems on your hand there. But no, you know, it'd be a potentially consideration. But if you had a wheel well fire, you know, I'd do a mayday call because they don't happen every day, and then if it extinguished, I'd be very likely diverting, advise ATC, and call the cabin. You know, is there anything unusual? You know, hot floor smoke. If there was, if there's any signs of that, I'd be 320 knots to the nearest 10-mile final. Simple as that, and then get it on the ground. Fire in aviation, there's two things that scare me: thunderstorms and fires. And fire, you just don't mess around. There's been a lot of accidents in the past where fires have been dealt with in a way by crew perhaps inappropriately. Most famously, or most recently I should say, there was a UPS 747 in Dubai where they had a fire and they were still flying 45 minutes after the fire indication, and the aircraft broke up. Any fire, it's so rare. If I got any sign of a fire indication or risk of fire, even an onboard cabin fire from a lithium battery, you know, unless the cabin crew could assertively tell me that it has been extinguished, we are on the ground within 15 minutes. Simple as that. It's just not worth messing around. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, that's a good question there, KL74. Great question indeed. Yeah, surely a fire is automatically a mayday. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm really... Lady Luck is on my side here. I really do hope we have some failures, so it makes the stream potentially very entertaining. Fuel's fine. We've got the rad out and FMC failure. That's all we know about. We have other failures. We must have. Just unenunciated. Past the 50-minute mark, we have 54 minutes airborne here. Kicking or catching 40 weeks. Yeah, I'll just close my eyes, John. Oh dear. Yaroslav's got the popcorn. Or he's got his... No, he's not popcorn. He's got his hands in front of his eyes. Oh dear, oh dear. But yes, we do still have an hour to go. Top of descent is 45 minutes away as well. Anything could potentially happen. I am standing up now. I'm not leaving this flight deck. Could you ever land on an open road somewhere, or is that just for the movies? Yeah, just for the movies. I mean, in Europe at least you've got plenty of options available, but if you ever have to land on a road, something's seriously wrong if you can't get to a runway. Yeah, dual engine failure maybe, and that's the nearest long stretch of tarmac, then yeah, could be an option. Welcome aboard there, F-Sim 210, hope you're doing well, thank you very much for the support. I'm staring at everything. Does the CB panel work in the PMDG 737? No, it doesn't, so there's no point checking if the circuit breakers are popped out. It is not modelled. Can a 737 land on the grass runway? No. I should think the gear, if it was very hard and dry, it might be okay, but on a soft ground it's just going to dig the tyres and it's going to rip the gear off.
Minimums.
Hi Jamlin, thank you very much for the 34 months as a member, hope you're doing well. Evening Captain, how many failures have you had so far? 55 minutes airborne. Failures we know about, 2. FMC failure / not fail, because it's not modelled correctly, the failure. And my radio altimeter, as you can see, I've got an RA flag on my PFD, has failed.
Minimums. Approaching minimums.
We should have had, is it 6 or 10 failures? I can't remember now. We should have had at least 6. Statistically, but as far as I can see, aircraft is flying along nicely. Thanks for continued support, Jamlin. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while. RGN Elite, thanks for continued support as a member as well. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for popping in. In case of failure, should you not be bugged up? Not sure what you're referring to there, Paul. Is that a bug up speed? Not so sure. Techno Aviation subscribe, thank you very much, welcome. Check the fuel temperature, Captain, as well as the pressurisation. Well, fuel temperature shouldn't be a sign of any failure. It's 0 degrees. It's probably expected to be a little bit cooler, but no, all is fine. Fuel quantity is fine. There. It's the most unreliable / reliable plane I've ever flown. You've not tried to put the gear down yet, though. No, I haven't, Jamlin. I did try and put the gear up whilst taxiing, which was an error on my part. Oh, dear. Oh, IH17, yeah, my membership ping, yes, makes you think the autopilot is disconnecting. It is the exact sound. What colour is necessary for airman duty, and what is the audio checklist add-on for X-Plane? I'm not sure what you mean about the colours, Real Blocks Gaming XD, but the checklist is a plugin for the Zebo mod. I'll get the command there for you, and you need to download Fly with Lua, and then you can use the interactive checklist with the Zebo mod 737. Excellent.
50, 40,
Thanks,
30, 20,
KL74 for
10.
your €2 donation as well. I'm still looking at it. Nothing's going on. What's going on? Thank you.
Printer fires up and prints GCSE results. All X.
Based on my maths, trying to work out the failure rate, yes. Thank you very much for another donation, sir. Very kind. Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh my goodness me. Lots of people subscribing to the channel. All of you are welcome. Could well be your last flight of the day. Yellow RE on the PFD. That one we've seen. Yeah, that's a radio altimeter failure. I'm so want to check how many failures we've got. It's really bugging me because I've done 2 test flights, and at this period of time I've had at least 5, 6 failures,
50, 40,
and I have 2 that
30,
I know about.
20,
Really bugging me.
10.
I'm going to drop the gear at 6 miles, and the gear's not going to come down. Thanks, Jacob. Fuel imbalance.
Why is tiller so hard to move? What is centering?
Thank you very much, Jacob. The tiller's so hard to move. The real tiller's not too hard. There's a bit of resistance there, but it's just essentially connected to the nose wheel via cables, and it is self-centering. How it actually self-centers, presumably an engineer. But no, it's not too heavy. There's weight to it, but easily movable. But thank you very much for your donation there. Sorry, I cannot help you any more than that. Fuel imbalance, no, fuel's fine. There's been 30 kilo difference for a while. How do you know if the attitude indicator is working if you don't turn the plane? That is true, but if there was any issue with the attitude indicator or PFD, it would you'd get an attitude flag. That most likely be an RRS issue. Manders, what part of the UK are you from? I'm from Lincolnshire. Have you ever done an emergency landing? No, never done one in real life. Touch wood. Marcus, if nothing happens, one will accuse you of clickbaiting. Yeah, I would have to change the video title. It is accurate for now, but yes, I would have to do flying with some failures. Is de-icing working? Presumably. Oh, I so want to check the FMC, see how many faults we've got. Gustav, any failures yet? 2 that we know of. We should have had a lot more. dear, oh dear. DMH, you've got to go in 10 minutes. Have you encountered a failure yet? Not that we know of. Not that we know of. Chris, at least I could die happy now. Unbelievable. Thanks a lot again, Chris Tuttle, for your donation. Just seen that there, $5. Probably ping up any second there. Appreciate it. Just see what he said, though.
40, 30, 20,
Oh,
10.
1 hour in. What is going to happen next? I don't know. It's going really well.
Captain announces to cabin this will be the last flight of the day. Very reassuring.
Not actual last flight, but it could potentially be here. Oh, but compared to my 2 test sectors, I considered shortening the sector based off the first one. I was like, no way am I going to make it 2 hours here. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. Thank you very much. In-flight entertainment system has failed. Passenger rebellion imminent. You guys crack me up. Romulus, new title: the most reliable, unreliable aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Perfect.
50, 40,
Vlogging,
30,
very generous of you
20,
again. Another donation, 30 quid. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. My goodness.
I like your streams.
Thank you.
They are very educational and they are the reason I got into the PPA training and
Cool.
gained almost 5,000 hours in Explain and almost 1,000 in FS 2020.
That's a serious amount of hours. Logsir, thank you very much for your
40,
donation. And
30,
you can utilise all that
20,
experience in your PPL.
10.
Best of luck to your training. That's very generous of you again. Thank you, Vlogger. Another donation there coming in. Thank you. That was Chris Sultan for donated £3. Thank you very much. With always a pear blowing a heart towards me. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. ATM11 says ETOPS. No, that's Oceanic Flying. Twin engine jet. Not doing that today. It could be the strobe lights have failed. Ooh, we've got one. We've got one. Master caution. Anti-ice. Right alpha vane. I had that one in my test sectors. Right. Any idea what the QRH checklist is we call for? So master caution, anti-ice, right alpha vane, reset. So we know of 3 failures now. There we go. Someone said anti-ice. Well, technically it's anti-ice system. Right, QRH. And the QRH we're looking for is anti-ice and rain. And it's actually the probe heat non-normal checklist, which covers every single light. So I will show you here very briefly on yoke cam. There we are. This is the checklist we're going to do, probe heat, and it covers every single light on the overhead panel with the anti-ice systems. Alright, so let's now go back here. I'm going to sneeze here. Oh dear, I've recently had COVID. Excuse me, sorry, I forgot to mute the mic. Probe heat, right alpha vane. So any of the probe heat lights have illuminated. So we've got right alpha vane. Condition is 1 or more probe heats have failed. So this is the right alpha vane for the angle attack sensors. The heat has failed. It says avoid icing conditions. And note, flight in icing conditions may result in erroneous flight instrument indications. That is the end of the QRH probe heat non-normal checklist. So we have got to descend into Stansted and avoid icing conditions, which might be impossible being overcast and snow, rain, sleet showers. But something that you've got to be wary of descending here. We'll do our best to avoid it. I don't think it'll be modelled in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but angle of attack sensors could potentially cause some issues there. But we've got 2, and we'll just continue the operation from there. So again, we'll just push recall. We've got master caution, anti-ice, and right alpha vane. That's the only one illuminating, apart from the FMC. So that's 3 failures we know of: rad out, probe, and FMC. Lady Luck is on my side at the moment today. I've had nothing super serious yet. Minor issues. If I was flying in real life and I'd had all 3 of these, I'd think something would be seriously wrong with this aircraft. But yeah, Dodgy Dave 737 has done a good job so far. The altitude on the top says I'm descending, so yeah, this is obviously showing nearest foot, so the aircraft is constantly making little changes to maintain altitude. Chris Holton, thanks for acknowledging the time, greatly appreciated, top man, you're most welcome. Taunting fate there, Chris, I know, I'm stoking the fire. PX7 iOS, do you use CPDLC? Yes, controller, pilot, data link communication, we do use. imagine dual engine failure on short final. That would be bad. Hauling ass to the runway then. Yeah, 200 knots. That'll cover that situation, Francisco. Lady luck, hold my beer. I am tempting fate here. Right, so far so good. Captain, the outflow valve is moving in a strange way. Check that one now. It should be almost closed, which it is. But look at the pressurization. There's a little fluctuation in the rate of climb, but that can happen. But cabin altitude diff pressure is exactly where it should be in the cruise at 38,000 feet. So pressurization is fine. Flaps or slats failure would be fun. I don't think that's modelled with the PMDG. They don't have a flight control section, but we could have a hydraulic issue, which could lead to issues with the flaps. System B hydraulic issue. Shatzin, are you looking at the radio altimeter? Yes, that was one of the first failures we noticed. Well, no, second failure we noticed. Barrow minimums are still set to the minimum flat retraction altitude, Domino Osina, which I forgot to blank. And we're 200 miles from top of descent here. What's the situation on VATSIM in Stansted? Oh yeah, Sandra's getting the weather in Stansted. Good idea. Excuse me. Sniffing away here. Actually, weather's really nice in Stansted. No clouds, 10k, 0 degrees, 9 at 87 for the QNH. Yeah, 400 kilos difference. No, 40 kilos difference there. 2,640, 2,670. 400 kilos would be an issue. IRS failure would be interesting. No, that is an option. I do not want an IRS fault. Awfully quiet on frequency. Yeah, no ATC on this little sector here. We're now over northwest France. Let's have a look at the VAT scope here. So, no ATC in Stansted or London. So we shall continue en route.
Welcome.
Thanks for subscribing there, Silly. Welcome on board. Landing gear failure, ooh, possibly. Fuel quantity difference, that's normal. That's just 40 kilos. Please, engine failure. Look at you lot in chat. No! IRS ADRS failure sounds potentially harder than losing an engine since you lose so many indications. Yes, but we should be able to, if it works correctly in the PMDG, switch to the other IRS. But we will have no autopilot, so I'll be hand flying, so we need to descend to 280 to get out of our VSM airspace. Look at you lot in chat. We need engine failure. We've had an engine failure on stream, but I deleted the stream because my mouth went a little bit potty. Flaps, IRS, dual engine failure. The dream. Well, I've still got 25 minutes till top of descent, so we'll probably get a couple of failures between now and then. And don't forget, there could be uninitiated failures here, ones that we would not know about sat here until we were to configure the aircraft, land, or vacate the runway. So I only know about what we can see, and that's 3 faults. We've got the right alpha vane, the radio altimeter, and the FMC.
50, 40,
although
30,
FMC / failed, not
20,
failed.
10.
Thanks, Dive Andy68 for your 50 Swedish krona. Appreciate that.
Auntie Ice, a close relative of Lady Luck.
Auntie Ice is a close relative of Lady Luck. I think I see what you did there. Unbelievable. Thank you very much for your donation there. Appreciate it. Thank you. Will you move today's stream if you fail to land successfully? Will you? We'll see. We'll see. Why does the altimeter show 2,000 feet less and dropping? I think that's just, again, oscillations in Microsoft Flight Simulator and pressure changes. And I think that's just a very basic altimeter up there. How much flight time do we have left? About an hour. Actually, go to the external view and the wing is gone. It's all there. Drinken, hello. Have you been to an airfield in the Netherlands? Cannot confirm nor deny. Will this be a bogus stream? No. Hamza, do you speak other languages? Nope. What about a pilot failure? Well, should I do an incapacitation? Just leave it as it is. Oh dear, me. I honestly, from the 2 test flights I did, I thought we'd be seriously in trouble by now, because I was the last. Well, no, the last one I did with the members watching in Discord, we got to Stansted, actually okay, but we did have a lot of failures going on. Unbelievable. And he says that would be him. Who's that? Jim just left the chat. Auto throttling up? No, auto throttle's all good. It's engaged and it's in FMC speed. Still plenty of time. Well. Now, do I start setting up for this approach in Stansted already? I think I might. What's the runway in use now? Anyone check flight radar? Check Stansted. It's now 3004. So it could be 04 still, but should be switching to 2. Is it possible for the flight computers to crash? I think we can have an FCC failure on this. What would happen if the uplock's holding the gear were to fail? Would you have to move the gear lever up so that the hydraulics could hold the gear up? Good quack, Taylor, that's a great question. No, I don't think the uplocks can fail. I really don't know. I'm not an engineer, but I'd think that's a serious catastrophic issue if they have. And both of them failing, unlikely. Now, if they were to then drop because of gravity, then yes, you could theoretically raise the gear again, get below 235 knots, and then just leave the lever in the up position. But to diagnose that in flight, you know, it would be very difficult to do. But I don't think that could possibly happen. Still 04 in use, okay. Well, it's still the same arrival, Telto 1 Lima, but we'll plan for ILS 04. Start having a look at this arrival then. Let's. I'm going to be heads down for a second whilst I get the descent winds in. I look up and we're upside down. Right. Let's have a look here. Winds. So we've got descent forecast. In the failed FMC, 310, 200, 100. This is I like it. 282 at 44.
Welcome.
200 is 286 at 33. Welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. Thank you very much. Welcome on board. 309 at 29. Executed, so those winds are in. Still no master caution illuminated, which is great. QNH in Stansted right now is 9 at 87, so low pressure. You can expect a rapid decrease in altitude when we set the QNH. 987.
Welcome.
987. Executes. So that's all in. Electric Sparks, welcome as a member. Glad you enjoyed the content. Members only Discord for you. Custom emojis in chat as well. Thank you. List all faults. Yes. So after landing, we're going to see all the failures we had if we land. That is because, as mentioned several times, unenunciated failures might not illuminate on the master caution system or in the flight deck. We could have something going on we are completely unaware about, so we'll keep an eye on that. So, fix rings in runway 04. 10. It's no clouds, so 4 miles, and we're at 38,000 feet. So around 114 miles is where top of descent should be. You can see it's a little bit before that because we do have a restriction at TEL2 on this arrival. Did I put the QNH in? I did, 987. So that's all good. Let's have a look at the arrival. So TEL2, we're going to be at flight level 190. That's the beginning of the start. TEL2 190. Then it's to Vaton, no restriction there. Brookman's Park, max 250. And then Laurel at flight level, sorry, Barkway next. Barkway 2208 to 297, and it's north to Buster, and then a left turn to Laurel, 220 knots at 6,000. It's saying 70 Laurel, so we'll just change that to 70. Oh yeah, PMDG's doing its whole 18,000 feet thing. Yes, the transition level's going to probably be about 70 or something. Okay, let's just check the master caution system. All good. So that's the arrival all sorted in the FMC. Then after Laurel, we can expect vectors towards 04. So we're going to do the full arrival if there's no ATC. Onto the ILS. So the frequency is 110.5. Let's hope the ILS receiver doesn't break. Again, these are the sort of things I won't know until I'm on final. 105, 105 is active. VOR frequency for Barkway, the missed approach is 1625. We are course is 042. Oh, this is going far better than I expected. Glad I installed that Stansted freeware scenery now. Frequencies courses minimums for the Cat 1. Remember, we're no longer Cat 2 or Cat 3 available because we lost the radio altimeter. Minimum's 532. Oh, it's just tense. Five, 3, 2. It's quite hard to get this all the way set to 532. Frequencies courses and minimums are set and the fixings are in. So we're going to self position if there's no ATC after that full arrival on the Tetlu 1 Lima. Teltu 1 Lima, sorry. Brookwards Park Barkway, left turn 180 degrees. And then we're going to go onto a base leg here for ILS 04. We'll just comply with the restrictions. Stansted, you want to get really low here, downwind, because of Luton. They want you actually at 3,000 feet very early, so you can't do a CDA, but there's no ATC today. We'll just try and do a CDA if we can. Missed approach, if you have to go around, climb straight ahead to not above 3,000 feet, 2 miles off the DME off the ILS, left turn on the 102 inbound towards Barkway, 5 miles from Barkway, cross at 3,000 feet. There we are. All done. Performance-wise, full arrival. We're going to burn 1,200 kilos of fuel. Landing weight's going to be 55.8. Flap 30. Order brake 3. Oh no, sorry, order brake 2. And just get the charts for Stansted. We're going to try and vacate at Papa Romeo. It's quite a long way down. It's about 2,000 metres. So flap 30, order brake 2 will work out nicely. There we are. I've done the briefing quite quickly, but it's all covered and in. And we're catered for the ILS 04. Weather's on my side. Aircraft is very reliable so far. We know of 3 failures in 1 hour 20 minutes. That is it. Fuel looks fine. I'll check the hydraulics now. Someone said check hydraulics. Quantity and pressure's fine. Well, just carry on as we are. Vloggy, when would you actually use flat 40 on a shortish runway? Yeah, so usually when it gets below 2,000 metres, or if you want to exit and stop before 2,000 metres, flat 40 is a nicer flap setting, but flat 30 is sort of a default flap setting in the 737. Oscar's hoping for flapper symmetry and airspeed unreliable on approach, thank you. London Control's online, okay, interesting. Task failed successfully. Well, it's I don't know what to say. I might have to rename this thumbnail, or change the thumbnail and rename this video. Wings are still attached. We're very much straight and level. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yeah. I really considered shortening the sector based on the 2 test sectors I had. The first one, I was like, God, I've got to do a flight that's an hour long. I had a rapid, I had a hull loss, hull integrity issue, so I had to do a rapid depressurization after about 25 minutes, and then I lost all the hydraulics. Jack Mackey, a pitot failure of some kind would be interesting. Well, we're halfway there. We've had a right alpha vane failure, so we could get erroneous angle of attack indications if we fly into icing conditions. If that's modelled with PMDG, I don't know. Shall we see if a second sector will go as well? Yeah, just take the exact aircraft as it is in this current state. Gear extension failure on final, potentially. I don't know if there is a gear issue or not, the PMDG. yeah, 1 hour 20 minutes in, guys, and 3 failures we know about. I'm really dabbling with checking how many failures are actually engaged. I can find out how many failures we have without checking the failures, but yeah, we only know about 3. Yeah, just check the ML, but just ignore it. Absolutely, that's what we'll do. We'll see time-wise. I don't think we'll squeeze in a second sector. Isn't the alpha vane light for failed anti-ice? No, it's for the... no, I don't think it's for the anti-ice. It's for the angle attack vane. No peeking. Okay, there we go. And cabin altitude. And we've got a rapid depressurization. Of course. Right. Master caution. So this is going to be hard. So first thing, oxygen masks on. Establish crew communication. Oh my goodness me. Outhorn cut out. Of course. Right. Oxygen masks on. Jim's doing his thing. MSA is 10,000 feet. So immediately 10,000... Well, no. Lower lever change. Heading select. Turn by 45 degrees off track. And close the thrust levers manually, and I'm just going to re-engage the auto throttle here, and now I'm going to have to do the role of the first officer. Pressurization mode selected to manual, fully close, diff pressure 0, cabin altitude 35,000 feet. This is a rapid depressurization, guys. So we'd squawk 7700. Can I do this on that sim? Well, this is the time we would do this. 7700 TARA, and all forward facing lights on, and we'd go Mayday, 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 Alpaca 1-3. We got a rapid depressurization descending to 10,000 feet, request QNH, and we're on a heading of 043 degrees, and thanks speed brake, I forgot that, but yeah, this is hard on my own, and we'll set VMO MMO. There we go, we're in a rapid depressurization. Don't think you can't squawk 7700 on Unicom, can you not? Alright, let me just put 7705 for now. Alright, and down we go. Okay, that's pretty serious. Right, and that's it. Would be on oxygen masks. The cabin. Oh, I've forgotten several of Jim's steps here. So passenger oxygen on. Even if it's on, it comes on below whenever the cabin altitude is below 14,000, above 14,000 feet. But we always put that on as well. There we are. No cabin announcement at this stage. The cabin crew are doing their drills, and we just now wait. We've got as much drag from the plane as possible. Credit to PMDG. The rate of descent is appropriate. It would be around 5,500 feet with speed brake at MMO. Seatbelts on, thank you. I'm trying to chat and do all this sort of stuff as well. But I've done my actions as captain. I did neglect the speed brake, and then the first officer would have done his actions as well. Oh my god, yeah, look at you lot. The start switch is continuous. Oh, good job. Right, start switch is continuous. 7700, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. All forward facing lights on. And then, yeah, I can now get the QRH out, and we can do the cabin altitude warning non-normal checklist, which is what Jim would be doing. So I'm doing the cabin altitude warning or rapid depressurization non-normal checklist. So don oxygen mask, set regulators to 100%, which we've done. Establish crew communications. Pressurization mode selected to manual. Holding closed until the outflow valve shows fully closed. If cabin altitude is uncontrollable, which it is, fasten seatbelt sign on. Passenger oxygen switch on. Go to the emergency descent checklist. Emergency descent checklist 0.1. One or more of these have occurred. Cabin altitude cannot be controlled. A rapid depressurization is needed. So both of those have occurred. The flying will advise. Sorry, I forgot to do something. Emergency descent, emergency descent, emergency descent on the PA. And, or if pram's installed, pilot monitoring will advise ATC. Seatbelt sign on. Without delay, descend to 10,000 feet, or the MSA, whichever's higher. Engine start switch is continuous. Thrust to idle. Speed brake flight detent. Set VMO MMO. When approaching level off altitudes, slowly lower the speed brake to the down detent and level off. Add thrust to stabilise. And then once cabin altitude is below 10,000 feet, we can come off oxygen. So there we go. We've got a rapid depressurization, speed brakes extended, and everything's configured here with some other failures too. Now, sort of where are we? 80 miles away. Now, we're going to get to 10,000 feet. By the time we're there, we'll be around this position too. I'd probably continue northbound towards Gatwick. We could get on the ground sooner if there's serious injury in the back there. We don't know what at this stage what the situation is, but you know, I want to get to landed at the nearest suitable airport as soon as possible. It'll be very cold in the cabin as well. But yes, yeah, TCAS. Do we move that? Does that go to TA? I think that goes to TA, doesn't it? There we go. But yes, are we walking to Stansted from here? No, that's fine. We go to VMO, MMO unless we doubt structural integrity. So if there's any unusual vibrations or anything like that, we'd continue down. But there, overspeed. No, this is exactly the speed we go down at, right below the clacker. Right, and this isn't over yet. I've still got to get on the ground. My goodness me. Now, because of where we're going to end up, nearest suitable airport, we've got Paris to the east, we've got Nantes behind us, but the time we planned and set up for that approach, I'd continue northbound, and I'd probably end up going to Gatwick. Are you still offering the drink service? No! Right, well, imagine ATC gamers are heading north here. But the key thing here is to get down to an altitude where it's breathable, because passenger oxygen will only last for 14-15 minutes. Bank angle to 25 degrees as well. Well, there we go. Yeah, that QRH was a bit messy by me, but that's because I had to do captains and first officers and interact with you guys. Right, 2 to go. I'm going to slowly stow the speed brake. And at 1 to go, which is now going to reduce the speed to 250 knots in level change. That's 1 to go, out of choir. That's fine. And then we're going to continue north. Let's just update the cruise altitude to 10,000 feet here. Where? 190 is because we've got arrival restrictions in. That's actually accurate. Let's delete the tell to restriction. Execute. And we're just going to go and update the cruise altitude to 10,000 feet. So Stansted is a little bit too far away. We've updated to flight level 100. FMC, drag required after part disregard. We've got Dinard down here. And Gatwick, realistically, 330, 80. So Gatwick's 15 minutes away. I'd probably carry on to Gatwick here. Anyway, we're level at 10,000 feet. Let's check the cabin altitude. The cabin altitude is indicating 10,000 feet. Sometimes the light doesn't extinguish, but if the cabin altitude's at 10,000, that's fine. So there we go. Why not push on to Stansted? It's a tough one, and we'll go through this process shortly. What we do now. So now we're level. Engine start switches as needed. So you know, there's no anti-icing requirements now. We can turn those off. First thing I would do now, we're level at 10,000, cabin altitude light is still illuminated, but I'm happy that it is below 10,000. And we do a PA, number 1 to the flight deck, we'd say. That would take the cabin crew, would take their oxygen masks off, they know it's now safe, and then they'd call us, we'd tell them what's happened, or can we get the information from the cabin, or so, hi Jim, or let's say the number 1's called Jim, you know, we've just had a rapid depressurization. Is there anything in the cabin that's unusual? Yes, we've lost a window, or the door's open, or no, there's nothing unusual here. Okay, well then there's a hole on this aeroplane. Alright, we'll come back to you, tell you what's going on. We'd then go through a decision-making process. Alright, so let's reassess the situation. We've got fuel, we've got multiple failures going on here as well, and we've got 4.7 tons. Now Stansted, realistically, if we were to continue to Stansted, if I go here direct to, let's just go to LDOB, execute, the full arrival's still in, that's going to be like 45 minutes. You know, it's a little bit too far off the track. We could probably, you know, go to Gatwick, it's a little bit closer, it's suitable. Bournemouth, short runway, I've got loads of issues with this plane today. I've got Paris off to the east, but look, Gatwick straight ahead, it's 100 miles away. You know, I could speed up if needed, but we've got time to then reassess the situation. Now, if they came back and said, look, we've got passengers in serious situation here, we've got flailed arms off and passengers are dying, I'd probably consider, you know, Dinard, Paris, Bournemouth, you know, get on the ground as soon as possible. But let's say they come back, you know, pick up the scenario. Look, the passengers are obviously uneasy, but there's no injuries. It's a bit cold in the cabin. Nothing's unusual. Okay, I'm not going to crack on to Stansted, it's too far, but Gatwick is the nearest probable suitable airport here based on the issues we have here. Again, it's a decision-making process that we go through with my colleague to look at all the options available. So I'm going to execute the plan to divert to Gatwick. We'll advise ATC that's the case, and we'd go from there. So what we're going to do is go to route page. We'll type in Gatwick, Echo Golf, Kilo Kilo, execute, and that's changed the routing in the FMC. Now ATC would be assisting us here hugely. They'd give us a waypoint to route direct to if we had a rapid depressurization. They'd very likely route us direct to a final of some sorts. Now I'm unfamiliar with Gatwick, so I'm just getting the charts up for Gatwick, Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. I need to find out what runway is in use at Gatwick as well. It is EGKK 2703 knots, so they're going to be landing on 26 left probably. XS data, yeah, that's not a fault. I hope we don't have an engine failure now. So I'm going to go departure arrivals, 26 left, execute, stars from Gatwick, then open charts, stars, what stars do we have here, procedures, they've got none from our direction. Oh no, arrivals, we've got loads actually. They've got a Tel 2-1 Golf. Let's go for that one. Execute, and what I'm going to do is bring Tel 2 to the top. Execute. And then the routing on this arrival, Tel 2-1 Golf is Tel 2 direct to Seaford, then to Timber, and then from Timber, I'm going to select a Timber transition if there is one. Yes, there is. Execute. So we've got something in the FMC. Oh, I've lost to the ND now. Oh no! Oh no! Ah! Oh, great. Right, display unit failure. Right, prioritise. That's the key here. So Jim's still got his ND. Let's switch over to him. We'll get it up and running on the lower DU shortly. LNAV's available. LNAV. Oh dear. 47. 43, it's still 30 minutes away. We can do this. Aviate, LNAV, navigate, LNAV, VNAV, 250. I'm going to keep the speed there. Speed window 250. Right,
50,
next,
40,
display unit failure.
30, 20, 10.
Thank you very much. 94 tails for the £4.49.
Now would be a good time to remind people to only inflate your life jackets
Correct.
outside of the aircraft.
I thought you were about to say inflate your life jackets, and I was about to remind all of you in chat, never do that until you're outside the plane, but you said it correctly. Correct, thank you very much.
Minimums,
Right, display
minimums,
unit failure.
minimums,
That's going to be under Flight Instruments and Displays, Chapter 10. It's a display failure, 10.9. Here's the QRH checklist we're doing now, okay? You guys are loving this, aren't you? I'm hating it. Display failure. Okay, that's the non-normal checklist we're going to follow. So, display failure, non-normal checklist. Condition: displaying the common display system has failed. Choose one. A single display is not usable. An automatic switching has occurred. A single display is not usable. And automatic switching has not occurred. So there's no automatic switching with the ND failure here. So use the displays as needed. Now I quite like my ND, so whoop, there we go. I've moved my ND to the lower DU. And this screen has failed. So there we are, entered the checklist, and if I need to bring up the information accordingly, I can have the compacted display, or I can go back to normal as well. But let's use the ND and put it on the lower DU there. I don't want the engine primary instruments down there, or maybe I could do that, and then, no, that's only the main panel DU. No, I'll just use the ND down there. So there we are, that checklist is complete. 10,000 feet going to Gatwick, till Tel 2. And again, I would have seriously considered diverting somewhere a little bit closer if we had information that the cabin, there were, a lot of problems there, but everything seems okay. I'm going to go direct to Seaford. It's still really far away, so maybe we could divert a bit closer. Oh dear, what's cheating? That's cheating. No, it's not. That's exactly what the QRH says. You put the ND here. That's exactly what I'd do in real life if we were to have a display unit failure. So it's not cheating at all. That is within the confines of what the aircraft is able to do.
50, 40,
Oh dear.
30, 20, 10.
Chris Tuttle said $2. I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Unbelievable. Thank you very much. So we are time-wise 43, 26, 36, 46. Yeah, 25 minutes away. We have to descend. Another thing to consider with this is with a cabin altitude issue is the aircraft depressurized. So if you descend greater than sort of 1,500 feet per minute, it's going to be really painful on your ears. You guys, when you go down a steep hill or in a roller coaster, you can probably feel your ears popping. We've got a hole in the side of the plane at the moment, so if we
50,
start descending
40,
at high rates of descent,
30,
it's going to be very
20,
uncomfortable. So we're going to do a
10.
very shallow rate of descent. Just descend a little bit earlier, 1,000 feet per minute there.
World War II RAF be proud, returning from France with points.
Unbelievable. Thank you very much, KL74. Now, a lot of things have been mentioned here. Could you consider diverting somewhere in France so you don't have to cross the ocean? For excellent content, I'm going to try and continue to Gatwick, but I would now be seriously considering somewhere northern France or Paris to the east here. In real life, if I was doing this again, it would be the condition of the cabin, but we're going to get multiple failures still. Let's see what else happens. I don't want to speed up with a hole in the aeroplane either. For the emergency descent, no problem, but here I don't want to be doing greater than 250 knots. So yeah, that was busy. Right, let me update Fly Live at the top here. And we are now going to Gatwick, and again I must stress this is purely for entertainment. I'm going to Gatwick for bands. It's still a little bit too far away. I would be considering going somewhere closer, but if everything's okay in the cabin, they're happy, the temperature's not too cold, let's go to a more suitable airport, which could be Gatwick there. I don't know if it says actually here. Just looking at the QRH there. So basically, the emergency descent and the rapid depressurization doesn't instruct you to land at the nearest suitable airport. You imagine if you're over the ocean and you're 2 hours away from the nearest land, you've got to stick here at this height. So the QRH simply says the new course of action after the emergency descent is based on weather, oxygen, fuel remaining, and available airports. Use of long-range crews may be needed, and to avoid landing with the cabin pressurized, ensure that the pressurization mode selected is in manual mode and fully open, which follow supplementary procedure guidance, manual mode operation for further guidance on how to manage cabin pressurization. So yeah, we'll manipulate, there's no point manipulating it because there's a hole in the side of the aeroplane, but if you had partial pressurization or you was able to control it, you could manipulate the outflow valve, but if you've got a hole in the side of the aeroplane, it's completely pointless. Right, so what's the worst that could possibly happen next, eh? Seaford inbound Butter or Gatwick challenge. No! Why no contact with VATSIM? We're on Unicom, there's no controllers here. But if we get ATC, hopefully they'll ping us. Let me have a look on the VATSIM map and see what's going on. Oh, London South Centre has asked me to contact him. Let's contact him and advise him of our intentions. This could be quite amusing here. We'll double check our endurance as well, surely. Right, here we go. This is London.
Divert 93 Golf Route direct Coxie.
Let's see what ATC says. I won't squawk 7700.
Divert 93 Golf Route direct Coxie, Kilo Oscar Kilo.
I should also be on the QNH here, but I'll stay on standard now. London, good evening. It's Alpaca 13, maintaining flight level 100. We're currently diverting to Gatwick via Seaford and Timber. We had a loss of pressurization. And I would have said Mayday already, of course.
Alpaca 13, say again.
Alpaca 13, good evening. Maintaining flight level 100. We're currently diverting to Gatwick via Seaford and Timber. We lost pressurization about 20 minutes ago. See if it can accommodate
Alpaca
that.
13, London, roger. Fly present heading, maintain flight level 100.
Maintain present heading and maintain flight level 100, Alpaca 13. So he's accommodating it.
238, descend flight level
Say
9.
again. So he's accommodating it so far.
EV1 for Bravo Juliet, descend now, flight level 110,
So fuel
speed 2.
wise, we're burning 1,600 kilos an hour. Actually, it's really low, actually.
Welcome.
1.6, we've got 4.4, so we've got at least 2 hours endurance here,
Charlie
guys.
Mike, descend flight level 120,
And
speed 2.
let's just double check this. Master caution, overhead and anti-ice. That's the right alpha vane. And the passenger oxygen on, which we know about. There we go. That's not present heading. Yeah, it was. Heading select. Match the bug. Oh my goodness me. Guys, you enjoyed the stream so far. Would you like a few more like these in the future? Welcome Andre, Catalan, GTA 5 and Cubing God for subscribing. Welcome to the channel.
We've got 238, contact Heathrow Director 119.725.
Oh dear.
19725.
He's accommodating so far. We've got full ATC in Gatwick as well.
France 891, continue on Unicom.
Ah.
Thanks. EZ1 for Bravo Juliet, contact Gatwick Director 126.
So yeah, I would have probably gone to Paris now. But we are 40 miles to top of descent. Again, it really depends on the situation. There's no right or wrong way of dealing with it. You use a decision-making process, gather the information you have to come to ultimately a safe conclusion. You know, what's going to be best here? You know, do I need to get on the ground ASAP? Now, obviously, this is an entertaining stream. We've decided to go to Gatwick just to see what else happens. Yeah, it's. I'm trying my best to do it as realistic as possible. We're so far so good. We are technically diverting, and look at this, we're only 40 miles from top of descent, so, you know, we've been diverting for about 8-10 minutes here, and we've only got another 7 minutes, so we've only been flying for, I'd say, for an extra 15 minutes in this decision to continue to Gatwick, as we would have done if we, say, diverted to Paris or Dinard. So for the case of 15 minutes to get to a suitable airport, it could be an option, but if we had serious injury, we want to get on the ground ASAP. I just don't know what could happen next here. I mean, we have... I should think we've got several failures here. Rapid depressurization, that's nasty. Oh dear. Change your ILS frequency. No, it's fine, Tom. We'll have that for the ILS. We don't need to tune anything else.
Alpaca 13, resume our navigation direct to Mayfield.
Direct to Mayfield, no problem. Alpaca 13, and if you need me to stop, that's fine.
That's fair.
Thank you. Right, direct to Mayfield, execute, LNAV's engaged. Oh, sorry, I've got you now. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I've decided to divert to Gatwick, and we've got everything tuned for the for Stansted. Oh, this is. I was just testing you. Well done, everyone. Right, Gatwick charts. I've still got Stansted here. Right. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Gatwick. Oh, Navigraph, help me out, Navigraph. I want the charts for Gatwick. Oh dear. At least I've got time. That's why I decided to go to Gatwick, because it gives me time to set everything up there. So ILS 26 left. I've got the chart up here. That's the initial approach. I want final approach. 1109. I don't have any Gatwick Siri installed either. 1109. 1109. Once, twice. Course is a 258. 258. Oh God! Another display failure. Oh no! No! And I got a master caution as well. No! I knew I should have done a shorter flight. What's the master caution? Oh, oh no! Oh dear! Auto slap fail. Yaw damper. Standby powers off. Oh, now this is getting in the realms of not nice checklists now. Oh no! Display source fail. Oh no! Right, I've got to prioritise this. This is gonna be bad. Oh God! Right, I've had some serious issues here. This is outside the realms. Right, let me try and get some displays back. God, damn it! Why do I do this to myself? Display source. Okay. 1012. This will be EGSS. No display source. Right. No hydraulic pressure displaying as well. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Right. But I've got a. No, this is not great. This is not great. Right. Control Alt Delete. Right, let me just try something. Display source 1, display source 2. We don't have either, we have just display source. Do we have EEC and alternate as well? No, EEC is on. Autopilot A is available. Okay. Flight direct indications may be removed. Well, I have no PFD. We're going to have to go to GMC here. Oh, God. Right. Circuit breakers aren't modelled. Let's have a look at the standby power off, non-normal checklist.
Swift 2 Kilo Lima, London
Got some
control,
electrical
Roger,
gremlins going on
climb,
here.
altitude 6,000 feet, turn left heading 140 degrees.
612. Standby power switch to battery. One or more of the buses not energized. This might help to battery.
Alpaca 13, contact Gatwick director 126.825.
126.825. Alpaca 13.
Clear the
Cheers, mate.
runway and dispatch emergency vehicles.
That's not done anything as I would have expected. This is not fun. Yes, please do that, whoever that was. Thank you. Gatwick Director, hello, it's Alpaca 13, currently diverting to Gatwick, inbound to Mayfield, maintaining flight level 100, and request descent.
Even if I block some of that, you can't just talk through some of those transiting break. The Alpaca calling, I believe that's Alpaca 13, Gatwick Director, hello, landing 26 left, no delay.
As copied, landing 26 if no delay, and request descent to Alpaca 13. So it needs to do a shallow descent.
Standby
here.
break, easy 112 Bravo.
Yeah, we'll be declaring a mayday now. We've got rapid depressure. I've already done a mayday with the rapid depressurization. So we've lost one of the we've lost one of the standby buses, or the battery bus. So I think the standby power system's faulty, or something's going amiss here.
Standby Echo, descent towards altitude 3,000 feet.
Alright, this is awful.
With 9033, 26 left, with 270 degrees at 3
So I've got all my primary instruments, 4.2 tonnes of fuel, I've got my PFD and ND, I've always got this if it goes pants, I'm putting that on approach. Oh dear. So I would do a mayday call in reality. AP power, no, it make no difference. We've got 2 IDGs still working here, guys. AP power won't make any difference. We still have 2 IDGs.
290 degrees is departure Alexa.
Squawk 7700 only if requested by ETC. Now, obviously, being on VATSIM busy here, I'm not going to start blurring out what's going on. We've got electrical issues, we've got a hole in the side of the airplane. We've got probe heat issues, we're going to a busy airport here. But this is serious here, this is serious.
I've
got some funny things, PMDG, you know, certain things aren't displaying here as correctly either. Hi Jack, yeah, help me.
Negative heading 230.
Good boy.
230, Lufthansa, Pascal Mike.
I need to descend here as well, and in reality I need to do a really shallow descent. I'm going to have to do Jim's seat here. There's no useful information over there.
Jet 900 kilo, left turn 345.
Come down. Oh, it's all went good at the end.
Jet 900 kilo, descend towards altitude 3,000.
Hey, we're going to get on the ground yet.
50, 40, 30.
Thanks a lot, Randy.
20,
Alpha, contact logic control on 129.
Thanks for your donations, sir.
45,
Captain, do you think a new cockpit alerting system is necessary for the new 700?
Is this to do with the Max 10 certification process? I don't fully understand what it is. I don't think it is needed, but I think there's some certification issues. I really don't know. But thank you.
We need to not talk over each other, especially when it's very obvious that someone's already transmitting break.
Command B, no, not with display source on this side. I don't think it would work.
Can you repeat for the 5 Mike?
280 degrees.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we should have no command B there with Space Force. I'm getting very, I'm absolutely saturated here, guys.
2,000 feet, clears out approach, runway
Did you
265.
put the seatbelt sign on? Yes, during the rapid depressurisation we had half an hour ago.
75 Charlie Echo, speed 160 knots to 40
No, I know you guys want me to do a Mayday. I'm just gonna... He's really busy, this guy. I don't want to slurp. And he just said, don't talk over people. And again, this is... You know, yes, I would do a Mayday in real life. We would have already had one with the rapid depressurisation.
Tango November, 26 left,
Really need to
270
descend now, though. I just don't know what else is going to happen. Cabin mask did drop automatically, but we did put on as well.
9001, ground 121.8, goodbye.
This guy's flat out.
118, goodbye, 9001, good luck.
Alpaca 13, defense flight
50, 40,
Descend flight level 90, Alpaca 13.
10.
109 has
We're going to go vertical speed here, 1000. Still got an autopilot just helping. Cheers, Stratocast.
I respect your bravery, Captain. Cannot believe you are doing this online. I'll have a pint waiting for you when you land.
Alpaca 13, descend to altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 989 hectopascal. You have about 40 track miles to touch down.
Descend 6,000 feet, QNH 989 hectopascals,
50,
Alpaca
40,
13. So 989 set,
30,
9,000 for 6,000
20,
feet, stand by altimeter set,
10.
40 track miles will be at 12,000. We're going to get some delayed vectors here. Thanks, N2.
I just want to say good luck.
59.
We're all counting on you.
Thank you.
Hold down for 1.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Anthony, will you still make your connecting flight?
355, speed 180 knots.
Will we still be making our connections to San Francisco?
Potentially. Well, not if it's far Stansted.
3, flighting 035.
Red heading 035 degrees, Alpaca 13. 035. So yeah, and I'm just doing 1,000 feet per minute because if you look at this, look at the cabin rate of descent, it's 1,000 as well. That's quite excessive. You don't want to do more than that. So you've got to keep a nice gentle descent. Who's going to fly with Alpaca Airways? Oh, master caution. Air conditioning. We've had a bleed trip off now. Excellent. Now at this stage, I would be like, don't care. We're below 10,000 feet. We have sufficient pressurisation. Now bleed trip off. I will quickly run the checklist for your benefit. But if I was in this situation with all these issues, I'd be like, disregard. We're landing. And also we'll be going direct to a 10-mile final. But hey ho. 2.8. Bleed trip off. Wing anti-ice switches off. Trip reset switch push. Push, it's non-resettable. Choose one, bleed trip off stays illuminated, bleed trip off light stays extinguished, it stays illuminated. Pack switch on the affected side off, and this causes the remaining pack to operate in high flow. Get below 25,000 feet if you can, continue normal operation. So that's it. We've now got overhead air conditioning, anti-ice, flight controls and elec. Oh, there we go. Next. This is just really hard. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could do to restore some auto slap fail. Oh, I don't know if we're going to have issues on extending the flaps here either. I might go to flap 1 as a good call, but we'll just see. Why don't they have parachutes on board? Serious question. What we're having today is never going to happen. You're not going to have an issue like this.
345.
The electric issue is really quizzing me. We've basically this AC standby power. We've lost some serious amount of electrics here. I've done everything I can. I have 2 IDGs. I've got standby power to battery. I think the standby power system's broken, but I can't do anything to get these displays to come on. Don't forget the PMDG it's a game. You know, it's. I know I'm going to offend people saying that, but it's a $60 product for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's not going to exactly match what would happen in the real aircraft here.
129.45.
Oh dear. Oh yeah, you want the butter calculator on, won't you? I'll just make sure that's on.
Alpaca 13, speed 220 knots or less.
Speed 220 knots or less, Alpaca 13.
Welcome.
Right, that's on. Right, I think I've got the landing calculator up now.
Welcome.
There you go. So that should come up now after landing. Oh yeah. We could still have an engine failure or something like that. The engines have been
Easy 59.
Hella
line up
reliable,
runway 26 left.
and hydraulics.
Line up
I can't
26
even view
left.
hydraulics now. I don't think I can. Yeah. I think these have just. I've had
One
3
Bravo
display
Kilo, one
failures.
established, speed
PFDND
160
and
knots
upper
before
DU.
you.
One established, 160.
Oh, that's all. Oh, funky ND. No. Alright, I want.
Alpaca 13, turn left heading 010 degrees
Welcome.
and confirm 6,000 feet indicating 67.
6,000 feet, and just confirm the QNH, please. Heading 010 degrees.
A QNH 989 hex per scout.
Yeah, I confirm 989 set. We are maintaining 6,000 feet, but we have multiple failures at the moment. Alpaca 13.
Roger, break.
Welcome.
Yeah, so 989, 6,000. It's probably an altimeter issue here.
290 degrees, descend towards altitude 3,000 feet.
Yeah, look at this, 5,600. Someone's bought some merch, thank you. Oh, what's going on? So, altitude's wrong.
Easy 59,
We're indicating 700 feet high.
270 degrees,
Oh, dear, oh dear. I've just pressed B, look. Definitely got the correct QNH set. Oh, God, altimeter's failed, probably.
Alpaca 13, descend towards altitude 5,000 feet.
Send 5,000 feet, Alpaca 13, vertical speed. Well, he's being very accommodating. Right, he's at 220 or less. I'm going to fly at the up speed. I just don't want to do more than 1,000. Oh, come! Tis but a scratch. Oh, jeepers. Oh, lovely evening over London. Anyway, the passengers enjoying the flight so far. What's going to happen next? 3 arrivals in front, yes. Don't you need to set command B so ATC reads the altimeter on the FO's PFD?
Alpaca 13, speed 180 knots or less.
180 or less, Alpaca 13, I think.
Alpaca
Flight
13,
1.
descend towards altitude 3,000 feet.
Send 3,000 feet, Alpaca 13. Here goes the flaps.
79 kilo, T6 left, 70 degrees at 3 knots, close to land.
So 180.
368 behind the landing, 2737,
Still
line
got
up runway
deviations here.
26 left
No,
behind.
hold on. That should be down here for ATC altitude information. Let me just switch this to 2
Easy
I
59,
don't know if that's
contact
going to do
level
anything
control,
there.
129.45 today.
for ATC.
139425, thank you, bye
Right,
bye.
I'm going to have to go down.
Easy 13,
here,
turn
that
left
will
heading
change. It's going to get
34.
high.
Correction, Alpaca 13, turn left heading 345.
Left 345 degrees, Alpaca 13. So far, so good. 180 knots or less. Oh, God.
Welcome.
Right, you know, capacity-wise, I'm maxed out, but I have an FMC and I have an autopilot, which is really helping. It's going all over the place here. Oh dear. Something wrong with nav radio. Oh, I've had a radio failure. Oh, great. Oh, well, excellent. VHF 1's failed. Right. Great. That's great for VATSIM. Thanks a lot. Random failure. Right. VHF 2. I hope this works. What's the frequency, guys? 126825. I genuinely have lost him. 126825. Crap. I'm on COM 2 now.
50, 40,
I might have lost
30,
it here.
20, 10.
Thanks, whoever that was.
So we salute your indefatigability.
I don't know what that means. And Gatwick, Alpaca 13 radio check.
Visibility 5.
Thanks, sorry, we just had a radio failure. I'm on box 2. Right, that's the radio sorted. Radio failure.
So they might keep going through left 230 now.
So we're now on radio 2. Other radio stations available. This is just God. No 7600 required. We have
230
got COM 2 open. So we're now using box 2.
Button.
Mic selectors on box 2 and 126825. Better put those cheat codes to use.
So that's what Bravo Juliet, T6 left, 270 degrees at 3 knots.
Alright, I don't care about CDAs or anything today. We're completely at the wrong altitude.
Alpaca 13
Anyway.
left turn 290 degrees, we'll establish 26 left, descend off the glide.
Left 290 degrees on that heading, cleared. ILS 26 left, and we'll establish on the glide. Alpaca 13. Right, let's see if this works. We might have had a VOR or ILS receiver. So Vorloc's armed. Pfft, look how dark it is. Oh, thank you very much for tuning in. 1,300 people watching. We haven't had that many for a while. If you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I have not enjoyed it. You guys have thoroughly enjoyed it. Look at this. It's just no. It's not over yet. Flaps are working. Flap 2 green light. CDA's out of the question. Vorloc's armed. What's the situation in Gatwick? Do I have tower here? I don't have any Gatwick scenery, guys, at all. The scene's going to be interesting. I've not done the post-cruise checks, well done. Yeah, I've just been too busy. Well, no, I did do them. Yes, because we did them as part of the rapid depressurization drill. If any of them are working. Right, localizer alive, localizer capture, runway heading 258. Set. Okay, we've got to drop the gear yet. How much fuel have I got? It's down here, 3.9 tons. So we've got all. I've configured these displays so I get all of the display information I need, and I've got the compacted display here as well.
Welcome.
Oh, excellent. Right, let's go flap 5. I cannot wait to see what's actually failed, guys. A lot. An awful lot. Oh. Right, localizer. I'm dropping the gear now, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. We've got 3 green lights, down and locked. Okay.
Minimums.
Right,
Minimums.
next. Thank you very much, Epsy, for the 10 months of membership. Hope you're doing well. Mutely alerts I will do shortly because I'm going to go to yoke camp.
20. 10.
Oh dear. Right, gear down, flat 5. I'm going to go flat 15.
I'll be
Free
honest,
speed up, I
Captain,
got 3.
it's the
Thanks,
first
Thomas.
stream I've watched from start to finish live. This is brilliant.
I'll do some more.
Please do more of these.
Look at this. I will do. Thank you very much, Thomas. Nebrig, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for your donation, and I'm glad you've been here the whole time. Glad you enjoyed it, buddy. Oh, right. Oh no, I said flat 15. I'm at flat 10. Not great. Ready for glide slope capture. Oh, I need to arm approach. Glide slope, that was close. Glide slope capture, what's the mist here? So I also tell AC in real life we're not going around. We are landing, like 3000. Why do I keep going to that view? It's pointless. I need to be in Jim's view. Alpaca 1-3 fully established.
Alpaca 1-3, Roger, continue approach number 2.
Continue approach, Alpaca 1-3. Right, we're going to do the landing flap checks now. So start switch is continuous, recall, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Speed brake is armed, green light, landing gear down 3, in order brake is set, flap 30. Going to configure it a little bit earlier. And for your entertainment only, disconnecting. I'm hand flying a crippled plane. And I can't even see the engine indications in this view. Right, Toby eye tracker, help me out. Oh no, that's no good. Right, there we are, Toby eye tracker's on, that will definitely help. Speed. 30 green light, lights on, just waiting for our clearance. Oh my goodness me. This has been very entertaining. Oh, I forgot to turn the logo light on. There you go. Oh my goodness me. If anyone is donating and pinging up, thank you very much. The alerts are muted at this stage. I'll do my best to read those after landing. Oh dear, no gear deployment, you imagine. Oh dear me. Still haven't got landing clearance. Got the Toby eye tracker on. Oh, replay tool, you've got to be having a laugh. I haven't got the capacity. Oh, right, what I do.
Alpaca 1-3, runway 26 left, wind 270 degrees, 3 knots, clear to land.
86 left, clear to land, Alpaca 1-3. Right, let me just go to my documents then. Documents. Desktop. Flight recorder, where are you? Flight recorder's going on. Oh, the things I do for excellent content. Flight recorder is now recording. There we go. Right, back on. Cheers, Cap. Yeah, you're welcome. Check. Engines are good, speed's good, attitude's good. I still have my PFD, ND, lower D here. Tad low. Speed's a little bit high now though. It's quite hard, the instruments are so small.
What's short on of skewing from Lufthansa 5 termite?
Oh to get down one way or another. I cannot wait to see what failures we had. We might have tyre failures or something like that. Oh, my speed's a bit too high. 500 continue. We are landing now. A little bit low. Just correct that rate of descent. We'll be doing about 500 feet per minute. Right, 2 reds, 2 whites. Well, we've got down to an airport, but we're not on the ground yet. Well, the gear might collapse. No. Tad low, keep descending. There we are, 2 reds, 2 whites. Oh, keep descending,
100.
checked. Ooh, watch my sink rate. Oh, got a little high
50,
there.
40, 30,
Check.
20.
Oh, I just need to change. Oh, this is. Oh, panicking. Oh, float, no, get down. Come on. Oh, alright, speed brakes up. I've got a master caution coming up, reverses. Alright. Oh, I'm just going to turn Toby eye tracker off there, it's all over the place. Master caution, ELEC. I've got no speeds. 100 knots, we'll take the next exit. Manual braking. Okay, all the brakes are working. 80 knots, 60 knots, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to London Gatwick. Well, that was interesting. God, rudders are working fine. Tiller's working fine. Did I have a reverser 2 fail? I didn't notice. Yeah, look, no reverser on engine number 2. Okay, that was something I didn't even notice. Well spotted. Great.
Alpaca 1-3 taking Juliet, short uniform ground to investigate.
Juliet, hold short uniform ground to 1218, Alpaca 1-3, bye. Oh, I've got reversers on, I've got... How do I cancel this? Oh, I've got default. Oh, now I'm going to get lost. I'm going to ruin everything. And get lost. Right, we're down. Airport, I don't have any charts open because I thought it would be a miracle we'd be here. Let me get the airport chart up here. Oh, I can't find it. And, oh, he said go to Juliet, didn't he? Right, let me just contact ground. This is going to be hard. I've got default scenery installed, guys. Second Juliet. Does that mean I turn on the runway? I don't know. Let's contact ground and find out.
Lufthansa 5 Charlie Mike.
Are you on a runway right now? No, it's used as a taxiway. Do I carry on to Juliet here? Next right. No, go straight. Thanks.
Ryanair 5 X-ray Lima. Taxi holding point Mike 1.
No, this runway is used as a taxiway in Gatwick. It's not often open, don't worry.
Ryanair 5 X-ray Lima.
Yes, I know it's a runway, but it's someone explain how Gatwick works.
Ground red nose 445 20 with...
This is at 08 left. Ask for maintenance action. I've got speed brake, do not arm. Well, that's because it's still extended.
445 after the
how many
Ryanair
failures have we
traffic
had?
behind you on your right hand side moves away onto Mike.
Right, I'll do my best
20
here.
push and start approved face east.
I hope it wasn't used as a runway.
Push and start approved face east of...
Stay away from the... I'm going to request the maintenance section to the north. Is it Hangar 11?
X-ray, Gatwick ground.
Yes, CZ292 X-ray.
You're cleared to Amsterdam. It's the frame 1 Mike departure.
There's not much left of this plane. The worst thing is I'm going to get lost. Right, I'm trying to get some charts for myself. Parking stands.
Easy 290 X-ray.
I'm going to request maintenance area too.
Easy 353 Gatwick ground.
50.
So we're going to go here, guys, because we need to go there. Maintenance area too, and I don't have any of the correct guides here. Thank you very much, Balaz, for the donation there.
This was absolutely Chuck Norris.
I did my best. After landing checklist, I'm sorry.
Easy 353, reback correct. QNH 989.
Let's put some taxi and music for you. Our landing was all over the place as well. Actually, no issues with that.
X-ray Lima, contact Gatwick director now on 126.825. Have a good flight.
The director.
I don't even know where the rate are.
Ryanair 5 X-ray Lima have one.
Ground, hello, it's Alpaca 1-3, vacated 26 left on, taxiway Juliet, request maintenance area 2 via Tango. Having a think about that one.
Victor Charlie, Hotel 1-3, Gatwick ground, very good evening. Taxi Juliet, hold short Romeo.
Taxi Juliet, hold short Romeo, and we'd actually like to request the maintenance area via the second left via Tango, if that's okay.
A firm, taxi to maintenance area, 5 Tango.
Thank you, maintenance area via Tango, Alpaca 13, thanks ATC. Perfect. So we're going to that makes it easier for me as well. Look, second left on Tango, because I think there might be some bugs and stuff like that around. We could have some potential issues there. Right, so when we get on stand, we'll shut the aircraft down, and we're going to actually find out what has broken. I can do that here.
Absolutely best stream ever.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Juice, for the €10. Thank you. You know, there's things I think I could have done better. A-Fuse coming up. Thank you very much, One of One, for the £5 donation as well. Very, very kind.
Congratulations. I was hoping for a front gear collapse on landing, but never mind. Fantastic content.
Thank you very much. You're most welcome. Thank you very much. A lot of people have tuned in for this stream, so it's great to see here. It's been a while since we had over 1,000 people watching, but thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed it. Something a bit different and from the norm, but we could definitely look at this again in the future, because as you've seen, the failures were completely random. I'm really curious with what's going on with the electrical system. I think we've definitely had a display unit failure, and I think something along with the electrical failure and a display source failure, we've lost half of this. But I was very lucky that we didn't lose the PFDND, moved the DU here, and the radio issue, we've had a VHF1 radio failure, which was a real pain. Well done, whoever that was in chat to spot that, because I did not notice that at all. But yeah, the engines have been fine, the hydraulics have been fine, so any flight control issues we've been very fortunate not to have had today. Anyway, here's the maintenance area 2. The APU seems to be working, so APU's on the bus, and you can see, look, there's no changes with the display.
40,
Cheers,
30,
Aditas.
20, 10.
Very, very kind. I think I missed a donation on the approach as well. Thank you.
Get a beer on me, smiley face.
Thank you very much, Thomas. I will get a beer after that one. I am parched. No, I won't need to change the video title after this one, not at all. It has been as requested. Engine 2 stuck idle? No. I think that might be me just... Oh! Oh my god, what has happened? Look! Look, just to show you guys. Look. It is stuck at idle. Why is it not moving? What's happened? Oh! God, my goodness me. God, that was lucky. Oh my goodness me. What has happened? Oh, God. Oh, no. What a time to happen. Jammed stuck throttle. I can't even move it with the click spot. Right, let's get this engine shut down. 2 blues and 1 red engine dead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gatwick. Oh, how many things are going wrong with this plane? Oh, we're here in one piece. We survived. God, blimey, but not much left, is there?
50,
I'm just going to bring
40,
the time back a little bit
30,
so we can
20,
see if there's anything to
10.
see outside. Watch your eyes, guys. N2, thank you very much for the £5. That's generous of you, sir.
I just want to say good luck. We're all counting on you.
Oh, we got here, N2. We got here in one piece. Thank you very much. Steve M donated as well. I don't know if all these are pinged up. That was, guys, very generous. No need. If you just want to enjoy the show, that's fine. But Steve M, thank you for the £5. You, sir, are a star. I hope you can have a well-deserved drink after. Thank you. Brendan, £1.79. We need another of these streams soon. Great job. I don't know if I've read these or not. My mind is fried. Ah, dear. Let me have a look at chat. I've missed so much here in chat here. Brendan McCreet, Jonathan Wiltshire, thanks for your happy smile donation as well. Yeah, wow. What's happened to engine 2? Look at this. It's just not working anymore. I mean, you can't really get jammed thrust levers or anything there. Right, who would like to actually see what went wrong today? I'm ready for finding out. How many failures do you reckon? 5, 10, 15? I really don't know. Christopher, excellent teaching, thank you. Now, if you are 737 pilot or type rated, please don't use this as any sort of guidance. decision making I'm having to make on my own. You know, one of the things sort of decision wise was, you know, continuing to Gatwick. I did that more for your enjoyment. You know, I probably considered diverting somewhere closer in France. It was an extra 15 minutes flight time, but you know, I'd give you all the different scenarios and situations, and I just dealt with them as they came. Prioritised, you know, flying the airplane. We lost communications. The airplane, very lucky, I think, in a way that I never lost actual engines in flights. And the flight controls, but 2 hours seems to be the limit. I think if you fly for more than 2 hours, you're gonna be out of the sky.
Hey, rise for FT2S.
Oh, thank you, very
Thanks
kind.
for the live stream.
That's very guys. My goodness, Andrew, thank you very much. Swim and climb, that's you there. Thanks for the live stream. You're most welcome coming in from Canada. Jonathan Wiltshire, £2. We had I'm Not Ninja, £1.64. I just want to tell you good luck. We're all counting. Everyone's saying that now. Jonathan Wiltshire, thanks again for the £2. Megastream, more brain frying soon, please. Yeah, I need to recover from this. Right, are you ready to see the amount of failures we had? We didn't look at this once. So, PMDG setup, aircraft failures. You ready? 14 failures!
30, 20, 10.
The poor tech log, yep. 14 failures we had. Oh my goodness.
Mega stream, more brain frying soon, please.
Oh, thank you
Smiling
very
face.
much, Lawrence Draper. That's very
50,
kind
40,
of you. And
30,
Jonathan
20,
Wiltshire. Oh, they're all coming in
10.
the wrong order. This Lawrence Draper here. Thank you very much. Oh, 14 failures.
Not gonna lie, I was expecting it to be more of a challenge. You made it look easy.
That wasn't easy at all. Right, shall we see what failed? Guys, like the video, yes. If you get to 737 likes, that would be great. Right. Oh my goodness me.
50, 40,
Right,
30,
we had serious
20,
electrical issues.
10.
My goodness me. Dave B, thank you very much for the £4.49.
Are you now selling FT2S pants in the store? I need them after that flight.
Unbelievable, David. Thank you very much for your donation. Unbelievable. God blimey. Right, let's have a look at what happened. So, auxiliary power failure. A transformer rectifier failed. That converts AC to DC. DC standby bus failure. Oh, wow. We had an EEC failure. So, did we actually get... yeah, look, we missed this. We had the EEC on alternate. I should think that was just related to the displace. Oh, we've got CDS faults now as well. We had display source and a CDS fault. Oh my goodness me. That's page 1 of 3. Left engine valve has failed. What's that? Left engine valve? Well, it's still working, but I've got no left engine valve. Engine 1 bleed over temp we saw. CDU left fail, so that's an FMC failure to the left / not failure. The radio altimeter failed. The auto brake control system failed. Ah, look, DU left and inboard failure. So look, I had both the DU on the left and the inboard display unit failed. Right alpha vane. There's the rapid depressurization, pressure hull integrity failure, and passenger O2 masks deployed. I can't believe we're on the ground. I don't believe this. EGT, someone's saying as well. Ooh, yeah, they're running a bit hot, aren't they? Are the engines... The engines are off. I'm very concerned. I've got lights on. I've got anti-coil lights on. Yeah, I think we could have broken the PMDG here. What? I can't believe the amount of issues we had.
50, 40,
my goodness.
30,
Oh,
20,
dearie me.
10.
Oh, I just can't believe. Crazy. J-Dog, thank you very much for the £10.
Still have one working engine. Return sector.
Ah, unbelievable. Yeah, should we try and take off? Thank you very much, J-Dog. 0302 for your donation there. God,
50,
unbelievable.
40,
Guys, so generous.
30,
Aaron again coming
20,
in. I just woke up.
10.
Why are we in Gatwick? Unbelievable. Would you like to watch a stream back? Ah.
I just woke up. Why are we in Gatwick?
Ah! I've just seen in chat. Very good. Look at this. Wow. So, yeah, look. That would have failed the engine. We should have no engine. That's all the fuel cut off. Look, engine valve closed and spar valve closed. So there's no way of fuel getting into the engine. But that would not explain why the thrust lever on engine number 2 isn't working. That should be able to move. Cool. Guys, if we were flying for another 10 minutes, we would have had an engine failure. Engine number 2 would have failed. No, start switching continuous.
40,
well, that will actually de-energize
30,
the EC now. There
20,
we go.
10.
But they should have been cooling down. I can't believe what we had. Guys, so generous. N2, 26 months. Just reinflate the autopilot, let him fly the return leg. Oh, Chris Tuttle. I'm still assuming the crash position. Unbelievable. Yeah, you can now disarm slides and open doors. Oh my goodness me. Check reverse thrust as well on engine 2. Oh yeah, look, yeah, it's jammed on. Look, I can't do anything. It's like, look, it's completely broken. I can select it on engine 1. Look, and stow it. We'll just add the thrust, and that will move the lever down. Engine 2, nothing's working. Number 2 reverse is not working. The thrust lever on engine number 2 is not working either. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. We don't have any reverser indication, but it is in the detemp position thing. Yeah, I can't move it in the... Oh, hold on. Oh! It's working now. I've not done anything except move it. Oh, I think that's just a little PMDG / simism there. Maybe a Microsoft Flight Sim. But yeah, wow. I can't believe that. Electrical issues. 1, 2, 3, 4. DC... Oh, we've just got another one. Oh no, still 14. EC. So we lost a lot of the standby electrical systems. Standby power of the DC system. Transformer rectifier failures, cargo fire. That's just the bottle squib, so that wouldn't have worked. Issues with the left engine, trip,
50,
CDU failure,
40,
radio altimeter, auto
30,
brake,
20,
and a rapid depressurization. All a day's work, eh? Guys, thank you again. Very generous. Who was that? Oh, I think it was Antonio. I don't know. The Brazilian ones never read. I used to love the Felix, or the Phoenix 742 streams. Now I think I have a new favourite. Well, we streamed the 747-200 recently as well. Check external. I don't think there's any modelling of any failures of any sorts on the 3D model, on the external model there. But yeah, the lights are all working, guys. No live failures. Right, let's just get this aircraft shut down. But yeah, wow, 14 failures we had on that 2-hour sector. That was hard. And I think to have no engine issues, no hydraulic issues as well. Oof. Yeah, exactly, Callum, that's the redundancy. So it's a great example of redundancy in this system. Electrical issues, there's things going on in the background to ensure that essential power is displaying there. But we separate to the electrical issues we had a display failure. I think we saw that as the failure there. Yeah, very lucky to not have had any engine faults, because multiple engine issues that can be selected by PMDG there. Check the cabin and look how many died. Everyone survived. Does the coffee pot work? Failure number 15. Check inside the cabin model. Yeah, there won't be anything, guys. I shouldn't think they've programmed anything. Look at this. Completely intact. All the passengers, well, they might have been sucked out the hole. There's no one there. Oh dear, oh dear. Airline and maintenance team must be crying. Is Wi-Fi still working? Unbelievable. Time to go to Radio Shack. Yeah, the radio failure, that was a pain. Guys, I think we're going to call it a day here. You know, I'll say this again right at the end here. This has been purely for entertainment purposes. I've tried my hardest, single pilot, to deal with the situations as they come. Sort of feedback for myself would be there anything I did differently? Yes, maybe have the rapid depressurization divert somewhere a little bit closer, but as explained for your entertainment, I wanted to continue a little bit sooner. I actually want to read up some stuff on the electrics now regarding standby systems and what happened, but I'm confident that we had both not only a fault with the standby electrical system, but we had faults, we had display failures, multiple display failures on top of that as well. But yeah, 14 actual
40,
failures.
30,
I've probably
20,
had in 12
10.
years 1-2 failures. I've had 14 in 2 hours. Thanks, Kate.
Llama International maintenance strikes again.
It does. We need to make sure Llama International don't get hold of this plane ever again. Unbelievable. Well, that's it. That was great fun. I had a lot of enjoyment. We shall do that again, I promise you, at some point. Thank you to the VATSIM approach controller there, catering for our issue. As mentioned, we were in a full-blown Mayday call with regards to the rapid depressurization. Yeah, feedback for myself, the rapid depressurization, I'm having to do the jobs of 2 people there, so doing Jim's role, our virtual first officer, and my role as captain. You know, I got the airplane going down, but I missed a lot of steps. I was trying to interact with that, the thing there on top, and then, yeah, there's things I missed out, so that's good for me to now review that procedure in case that ever happens to me as well. Do that in the 742, no thanks. Yeah, we're going to do the replay. I did have just about enough capacity to start the flight recorder, which is now stopped, and we'll go from there. But thank you very much. A lot of donations today. You'll never see me ever ask for donations. Very generous of you. Just enjoy the stream, guys. You know, I'll reinvest that back in the channel. We'll do some giveaways coming up soon. There was a lot of donations today. Thank you very much. And yeah, we'll look at that. It's obviously been very popular looking at this today. But yes, if you're a real pilot or training or on your type rating, don't follow anything I did today. Right, activating the replay. Wish me luck. Don't crash or anything like that. Replay.
80 knots.
There we go. Oh, hold on. Now this is... Let me just... Yeah, now I've got to reconfigure the aircraft because it's going to be clicking away. For the entire... Right, let me just pause it here. I'm going to pop myself back on the ground. I will just load the cold and dark state with engines running. Just because it's going to really mess around with everything. Oh, well, if I can get any power onto the airplane. Hold on. Because it's going to be broken there. Yeah, logged off VATSIM, don't worry. Done that already. Oh, FMC's actually properly failed now. Look, IRS nav only. So let me just quickly load a panel state for the replay. Panel state load. We're going to go for
50, 40,
taxi,
30,
and I'll quickly put flat 40
20,
out.
10.
Hopefully that's fixed all the faults as well. Looks like it hasn't. Oh, it has. Yeah, all faults
Don't
have been
worry,
rectified.
heading to Gatwick, ETA 10 minutes, it'll all be fine, leave it to me, boss man.
Cheers, Dodgy Dave, our mechanic. He's on the route to Gatwick. He said, don't worry, he'll leave it to me. He'll fix everything. Unbelievable. I don't know if any of these failures are still on, but let's get the lights on. At least get the aircraft configured. Oh yeah, looks like we've fixed everything. If you're interested in doing the failures, go to PMDG setup, aircraft failures, all systems random, and look, it's reset to no now. So happy days. Right, now we should, fingers crossed, be able to do the replay. Thank you very much, Disabled with
30,
Style, donating as well.
20,
Thank you very
10.
much. Very, very kind of you, sir. Let's cue the funky replay music. Let's get on. What have you got to say?
Phew.
Oof.
That was tense.
Thank you very
well handled,
much.
Sam.
You're welcome.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. That was very intense. Yeah, I need a stiff drink after that. Thank you very much. Right, take 2 of the replay. Hopefully this will work. Only a little bit of a stick shaker, but seems all is well. Right, yeah, my landing was a bit pants, but I do need to change the control sensitivity. I have it set, it's far too sensitive at the moment. Yeah, my landing flare was all over the place today. Let's have a look here from outside. Loud. Yeah, we're lucky. To have that engine issue after landing, my goodness, very fortunate. I think I was only minutes away from that happening in flight. It was very mundane to start with. First hour, nothing happened, and then oof, after the rapid depressurization, it was just non-stop. You know what? That wasn't bad at all. Yeah, well, obviously now, because they've fixed everything, the replay is going to probably show the reverser. Just to confirm, with the left engine valve failure, the engine should have kept running because if it fails open right, possibly, but maybe because I shut the engine off. Remember, you got to remember this is it's a desktop simulated aircraft, so it doesn't necessarily going to replicate what would happen. But was it stuck open? I can't remember what it said. So yeah, in that way you won't be able to shut the engine down. But yeah, it was multiple things going on here. I think overall PMDG did a really good job of modelling the failures, but I don't think everything was exactly as expected. Multiple errors going on there. Let's have a look here. Our speed brake's out. I'll stow that manually. It's the 737-800 BX7 iOS. Such a perfectionist. 14 failures and still making excuses. Yeah, well, it wasn't perfect. There were a lot of things I would have done differently, Steve. Not bad though. Landing was okay in the circumstances. Thank God we didn't have to go down. What's the Xmas panel state? I smell an Easter egg. No, that was just from the Christmas stream. I need to reload, get rid of those older ones. Right, let's pop you back on the approach then at around whatever that final was. I think that was about as much time as I had. Enjoy the window view here. Guys, there we are. That's the end of the stream. I hope you found that enjoyable. It's something a little bit different from the norm. You know, you saw me outside of my comfort zone. I tried my best to handle with everything, and overall it sort of worked. We got on the ground safely. These scenarios are just not going to happen in real life. Multiple serious failures, but it was fun to try out. You've enjoyed it, I've enjoyed it, although it was very stressful at times, and we'll do another one at some point in the near future. Now, to everyone that donated, a lot of donations came in today, very generous of you. You'll never ever see me ask for a donation. I will reinvest some of that into the channel, do some giveaways coming up in the future as well. But thank you very much indeed for your generosity. To all the members, thank you very much for the continued support, and to all the new members that joined as well. We had some gifted members at the start of the stream too. Welcome on board as a member. And to all the regular viewers and subscribers, I hope you enjoyed that stream too. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the content, and like if you enjoyed the video. We'll do some more of these in the future, but next stream, something perhaps a little bit more mundane. Maybe Concord, we'll see. Guys, enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you all again very soon. Good night from me.